Hello, everyone. It's your favorite Sword of Warning with your daily warning. Dungeons and Dumbasses. Trigger and content warning. This episode may contain adult themes and not intended for anyone under the age of 18. Themes may contain sex, PTSD, traumas, racial injustice, etc. Viewer discretion is advised. And remember, I warned you!
So, where we last left off, the party finally made it to Ixmaya, the center of the plain of Tynabu, which it turns out is an entire city inside a membranous water bubble filled with aboleths and genasi, specifically. The genasi, I believe, as explained in lore, are what humans reincarnated to after they died, had the great die-off. Thank you, elves, for completing the job that the Aboleths sent them on. Oh yes, and that the Aboleths were behind the literal war that just so that they could hide themselves from pretty much the rest of the plane. For they are sitting themselves on top of what is essentially a seed core, which is a center battery or just the piece of reality that's keeping the entirety of the plane together.
Important.
But the unfortunate side effect of them having built the Aboleths being not only been the creators of the plane itself, they took their seed core and split it into three parts. The first part being the city itself, the second part being what was pretty much protecting the city from the outside plane, and then the rest of the plane itself, or the planet as it were. So what you see on screen of the map is this is 1/3 of a seed core. And then outside there you see that webwork of root system that's around, that's the plane itself. That's holding up the rest of everything. Unfortunately, since one part is going down, the plane is kind of in danger of collapsing in on itself. But they have decided, since there's time before pretty much the Phyrexian invasion comes in to ruin everything, to give the party time to go through pretty much training and preparation to what they're asking for, which is please go and fetch a portion of our seed core so that, we don't all die in an existential implosion.
Sounds reasonable.
And that is where we leave the party at this moment.
Okay, let me go ahead and take the card back.
Yep. So they have tasked Koa and Desi to check their libraries for whatever they want. They wanted to Arden to sit back so that they can have a discussion with him, specifically on, okay, where the hell was our shit taken, and what are you gonna do to fix this? Because you're kind of partially responsible.
Desi already explained that in last episode.
Also true, but they are talking to Arden to get the specifics. Because remember, these are still technically
Desi gave the specifics though.
Go to Theros, kick butt, come back.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's it, as he said, where it is.
Yeah, but they want answers. They are creatures of knowledge. How are you going to take all these people out?
Oh, that's
well,
a
if you let me go
story.
get my ship.
That's a different story. Yeah.
It's like Desi's plan is on the same level as like that bit in Captain America, where it's like you say we need a plan of attack, and he goes, "I have a plan. Attack.
Attack.
Yeah, we have a Hulk.
We have a Hulk.
We have
a Koa.
We have a bugbear. What do you mean you have a Koa?
We have a Koa. We have a Chaos.
What do you mean?
We have a Chaos. We have a Kolich.
A college?
A college, yeah.
So, we'll say about a day into everything. Let's start with the more important bits. There is a horn that is blown outside of the city. All of you are woken up from your makeshift tents on the outside because, yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're not amphibious, you cannot stay inside a city while you're asleep.
I
Koa.
can't. I cast another freaking water breathing under me.
I repeat.
I don't have to cast water breathing because I have an item that does it for me.
I'll take 1 point of exhaustion because I'm staying up to do the research. That's what Koa would have done.
No,
Very-
I would have rested because exhaustion is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Naya, are you also gonna try and stay up the entire time?
No.
All right.
Koa will put exhaustion on self.
So for those who are outside, then sorry, Koa, you won't get this chance to
Yep.
see them yet.
I'm inside.
Is you will hear the horns of the approaching of of a procession of elves, flanked by, preceded by a golden carriage, preceded by an entire squad of about 25 lizard folk, and behind all of them, the combination of, let me get all their names out here real quick.
Oh, is it my double-decker bus?
No, the double-decker bus is currently still up above. They couldn't figure out how to get it down.
They couldn't fix it. Okay.
And yeah, by 5 sages, Jishan, Mahanuri, Nushi, Shangyi, and Tiisha. Shangyi is the one you've never actually met. I'm just gonna pull out their tokens here. Marp.
And since we're implementing this, Koa, the icon. Whoop! I'm not talking. So I'm inside researching. I'm off screen in my end.
What do you think of that?
Good.
Yeah. Right. I'm just gonna add jungle noises. I don't know. That sounds a bit too. I don't know. It sounds a bit dark for what I want this
Well,
silly game and having suspenseful music when I don't want suspense. You know, I'm gonna throw in Kaiju Island music. Why not?
that's. Boom! That's definitely not suspenseful whatsoever.
I mean, it was fine. I thought it was fine because it's the middle of the night. So.
Boom. True.
The first one you see is Jishan. You've met him back in Ganesh's hometown. And we got Mahonuri showing up. Thankfully, Koa's not here to immediately harass the intelligent Loxodon.
Yes.
Nushi.
I smell someone in the air.
Who doesn't walk as much as just eerily floats behind everyone. Shanji, who's walking through this place like doing the ooh ah ooh ah ooh. And then finally to Isha, who you met before going to meet the lizard folk.
Naya would greet Nushi.
Nushi seeing Naya, just, like, they're keeping their composure, but you couldn't help but see that the bottom left hand is going, ah.
Hello.
Of course, we got...
Hello, Mr. Moonsage.
Outside of the Palanquin walks, the eminent
Wait,
Steinchan.
I thought the Moonsage was female.
They.
They.
Oh, there. They. Sorry.
TB.
Hello, Mr.
No, I couldn't remember. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Mr.
Nushia,
/ whatever you like.
For the most part, most sages are they them. Except
Okay.
for Mahanuri and Jishan.
And Mountain.
And, well... you just see the straw pop out of Desi's scarf. Slurp, 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 slurp. Like, this has nothing to do with me. Slurp.
No. Desi would make their way over. He's like, oh, your friends are here. Let's go say hi.
Outside of the the Golden Pelican, the Emperor takes a step out, and he's like, the first thing he does is, huh, I don't see my friend with you.
I'm
You mean
inside.
how?
Uh, no, not the other elf. Talking about my friend, you know, the small one.
Oh, not so small anymore.
Oh, I mean, last time I saw him, he wasn't that small, but I always
Oh.
remember him as my small kobold.
I believe he is studying in the.
He's inside the city.
He's in the
studying.
city.
Yes.
We should also have. Let me grab
Oh, by the
our
way,
good
is it a mountain?
friend
Uh,
Siru.
oh,
He's
Cedar, you
back.
finally made it!
Siru just staring daggers like not with your help. No thanks to you.
There was nothing we could do.
And we have one of these priests showing up, along with another priest. Or at least, they look like they're a prospective priest.
Okay, time to unveil said personage.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Let them speak, and I
Yeah,
shall
they're being
reveal.
introduced. Well, no, they're being introduced right now, so.
Go.
The Emperor Zaishan, I would like to introduce you to the heads, at least of everyone here. Oh man, I really wish my kobold here. I was going to introduce him to all the sages. Ah well.
Study.
As you well know, Mahanudi from the city, the sage of water, and our leading developer in what did you call it, Mahanudi? Artifice to good eminence.
You mean artifice in the most primitive sense, but yes.
You just hear Arden. Artifice in
What?
the most
It's
primitive sense.
what? What? It's true.
Somewhere deep inside the city, Koa just sneezes and he's like, "There's someone I have to insult, but I don't know where it's coming from."
Then you have Jishan, the sage of earth itself, rock and stone and stubbornness. Only whenever you're around, Emperor. We have the one who's currently of the oohs and ahs. And once again, I have to get their names open because I'm a silly boof who can't remember the name of his own characters to save his life.
I mean, Arden, you have to memorize like 300 names. It's fair. It's fair.
We have Shanji, or who is the sage of wood.
He was the one we met right at the start of the village, wasn't he?
That was Jishan.
That was Jishan. Okay. I knew the name sounded familiar. Jishan and Shanji.
Yeah. They seem to be polar opposites. One is all sturdy, the other one's just like, oh, yeah, that's me. Hi.
Loosey goosey, basically.
And then we have Tisha, who's currently standing in the back, crossing her arms, like, good job on dropping the barrier. with one of the priests having, yep, we had to describe that it was a barrier, not an imminent attack on the plane. I mean, on the city. After it dropped a bunch of, we nearly had a big old battle, but it helped. And then, of course, finally the Sage of the Spirit, Nushi.
Excuse me, I have the Sage of Fire with me.
You just see, like, a small dragon paw just bap you on the face from me. First thing, not here!
You are here!
No, I'm not!
Yes, you are!
I am a dragon, not a sage!
You were the Sage of Fire. We are going to go to that meeting, you as Sage, so you can give your Sage advice.
All these sages are tilting their head, but the Sage of Fire is a Loxodon, is he not? Says Nushi. And then you just hear old man from your scarf. See?
It gets complicated.
It's some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. There's a lot that I can summarize in private. But yes, we must be there with you, so that someone who is a drunken old man can give his advice and explain.
I have to.
Yes, you do.
The so to our other priest here, you will also notice this talking lion man, who you haven't seen before, is now talking about the Sage of Fire, who pretty much everyone on the plane thinks was essentially a Loxodon in the Elven City.
A massive.
But a tiny pipe-sized dragon comes out of his scarf, looking all sad and apologetic as he looks at the other sages. So, this happened. Much guess from all of the natives of the plane.
As they can still hear his actual voice, as it's always been. Deep
Which
and
is
booming.
supposed to be super deep, except
It's
I am
deep
not
and
a
booming.
bass.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They'll be able to recognize him for sure.
That's a thing. Apparently.
yeah. I've been a dragon the whole time. Murals on the fire temple. Kinda was me, not the emperor. The emperor. Yep. Oh, our memories have returned. So, we're here to have a nice, civil discussion with the masters of the plane. Like, his voice is just, deadpan. And as we've been led to believe, they aren't what we thought they were. Especially from the murals. Much to all the other Loxodons who just mirror the artistic liberty, is what they said. All at once. And this is when my players can RP or talk.
I'm inside the city. Continue.
Can we please get a social turnover? Turn order,
Oh.
sorry.
Social turn order activating.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let me
Roll your initiatives, people.
let me. Oh, right, because my token is not out. I'm gonna have to roll it on Kulgan's. So, let me.
Damn, look at that.
Like,
13.14.
hold on, let me get my sheet out.
Yeah, Arden, I'm gonna do it too. That if it comes to my turn, I'm gonna be walking out the city then. That's how this is gonna work.
Yeah, give me just a moment. Oh my god.
Bring myself back up. So D20? Or is it with our initiative?
No, you click. Yeah, you got to click on your token and then roll initiative.
Yep.
Yep, that's perfect. All right, back in the city I go.
But unfortunately for me, since that's not my token, it's just an art of a token. I have to do it on Colgan.
It's what happens.
Yeah. So initiative is what is initiative? Oh, here it is. I got it.
There's it. You.
Out there. No, because there's like an actual initiative on the companions thing.
Okay, that should cover every player character currently in here. Yes.
Yes.
And then.
I'm gonna put this over here and hide it behind Arden.
And I'm just gonna use my initiative for world characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and who is our first one?
Give me a moment. There we go. Did it actually count it? Sweet. Yes, it did. Alrighty. At the top, Orda! Look at you with that high social order initiative.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. Everybody mute yourself when it's not your turn. I will let you know.
Unless you're being talked to in character.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute up and start the 15-minute timer.
So Orda, You can ask me to describe anything more that you want to know, or you can start talking to people in character, and I can. That's pretty much
Uh,
how this is gonna work.
Orda is just going to look to which character is this one?
Siru, he's one of the most trusted rangers that's been produced from the city.
Ah, okay. And so would Orda have known of him or met him prior to this whole thing?
Most definitely.
Siru, you know, when you said that today was going to be an interesting day when you requested me and my fellow priest, I don't think you gave it the due diligence of exactly how interesting it was going to be.
Uh, to be fair, I was kind of running on fumes when I finally crawled out of the hole.
Yeah, that was I'm sorry we didn't get to you in sooner than that.
Eh, fine. It's a good thing I know. It's a good thing I know the outer shell better than my own scales.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. Also, to anyone who is interested in the character, what Orda looks like, he is from snoot to tail, he is 9 feet long, but standing up, he's at 6 foot even. A fairly frosty white looking cobra wearing hmm, yeah, more tribal garments than the other Naga who's with us.
The other one is wearing more like a thin veil covering, at least over their more human half.
Right? Yeah,
Um,
They got long tail too.
they do.
they do have long tail.
Surprisingly, most of the lizard folk who joined on this don't have legs. Everyone's been noticing.
We don't know if it's going to be a theme later.
Well, we can't have war on legs if you don't have legs.
Yeah. And prior to coming here, would Orda have been briefed on exactly what it is the Emperor and the sages remembered about the real masters of the plane we're on?
Yes, they will have described the beat. Well, more specifically, sort of muddled because it was 500 some odd years ago when their memories were sort of when their memories have been altered. For the longest time, the Emperor and the sages have had no idea that this center even existed until just now. Your species never actually went down into the center until this very moment. They've been living outside on the center shell, then going out further. Hence why a lot of older of the lizard folk tend to be a bit more blind, since they didn't really need to see where they're going and to be able to hear and be prepared for ambush predators.
Gotcha. Uh, well, this is going to be interesting.
And you were briefed that this was a mission of pretty much peace and reconnection.
This is going to be a lot of information to rewrite what we thought we knew back with the tribe.
Oh yeah,
And he'll
entire scriptures being rewritten.
he'll look to his priest from his tribe. From his tribe, you'll be able to take care of that, right?
He just has a. You've said that out loud, and he's like, I didn't actually think about that out loud. That's going to suck.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
He's got the dejected face of 1,000 mile stare of how
I,
many scriptures need to be written because of this. How many volumes is that? Oh no.
I don't envy your position.
Just call me scribe. That's all I'll be for the rest of my existence.
Uh,
But the upside, so many questions, so many answers.
yes,
He perked right back up.
it's going to be very interesting to meet these aboleths.
And it's almost on cue, you see one just fly out from the membrane. a large beast with 6 purple eyes and tentacles. And just so that I'm gonna quickly flip to the other. No, wait, I can't because the counter's here. Never mind. I'm just gonna pull out a token then. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, R10. Yeah, 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 yeah. And make it a little bigger. Yeah, you see one of these boys.
So
Except
cute.
instead of 3 eyes, there are 6, like a 3 row on either side, and they are glowing purple. They might look menacing, but you see the ones just flying out and going to tend to a farm.
Yeah, when we start doing artistic renditions, we're going to need to preface "Be not afraid."
Be not afraid. Scribe just looks at you, looks up, sees the thing, nods. Yeah, definitely. Definitely be not afraid. His scales have hardened and prepare for defense.
On the plus side, they look, huh? I didn't realize that they'd be so good at agriculture.
uh, I mean, you live for 500 years, you pick up a couple things, I guess.
True.
I mean, even our oldest only lives till about 75.
Yeah, that's going to be a. He's just sort of realizing what he kind of learned about what his own let's just say that his way of aging is going to be very interesting if that ever comes up in game.
So, any other questions, or?
I can't really think of anything else at the moment.
Very well. We should go into the. Well, I guess most of the NPCs will go. The Emperor decides he will stick around, but the other sages look over to Ganesh and go, "We need to take the new sage and have a discussion. We will return." Boop, boop, boop. So all the sages gather around Ganesh, and then just they all leave with him and the bull.
Do I need to go with them?
Blip. Arden just puts out his hand, like, best to leave planar bound beings to their own shenanigans.
Okay, because, this one's kind of stuck with me.
And oh look, that's still there. I'll be deleting that later. Anyway, oops, accidentally dropped Pellboy. Anyway, so they walk off, and the conversation is us. If anyone wants to hear what they're talking about, you need to give me a perception roll
Okay.
on your turns.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, no, I know
Proserpia,
not.
Proserpia is looking over at them, but she's doing her usual thing of being more interested in the snaky folk. So she's walking up to Siru and trying to have a discussion with him, and I'm not gonna try and be 2 people at the same time.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, Orda will give a perception, but if he doesn't pick up on anything, he's not gonna go out of his way to see 3. Yeah, he doesn't mind.
Yeah, 35 and 33. Mounting very much.
You just DB, in which case Desi would only be hearing Mountains whisper something about, "Oh, that's not good."
Oh, someone's in trouble, eh?
More along the lines of, we may have messed up bigger than we thought.
Oh. Oh. So he's
Or
gonna have to. Is he gonna have to stay?
probably.
Yeah, that's probably
Or that
for
you
the
don't
best.
notice shit.
Yeah, that's fine. He's more interested in trying to keep getting a bird's eye view of seeing how an aboleth basically tends to the tends to a farm. An
Very
aboleth,
efficiently.
an aboleth-sized farm, I would imagine.
Very efficiently. Many tentacles equals many tools. We shall now move on to Naya.
Okay. So Noah will try and sort of hear what's being said. So that's 24. Oh,
So now what you hear is they're currently describing to Ganesh that since the heart, what they can tell is that roughly about 3 days ago, around about the time the heart was removed, no, 5 days ago, 5 days ago, around about the time the heart was removed, the above world has been suffering a bunch of turmoil. There has been there has been at least one counted tsunami that has happened. Um, there's been an earthquake that has caused a pretty much a fissure to split the Loxodon nation away from Zyshan itself. And from what they can tell, there's been an increase of kobold and turtle refugees coming from the coastlines.
this is troubling.
And with the ever looming threat of the now increased images of that symbol in the sky that has started appearing pretty much where the temples were. Like every country is now seeing a version of that symbol in the sky, and they're currently questioning Ganesh about what is it, what can we expect, and Ganesh is talking about how he believes from what his Captain Artificer has been talking about, that that is a symbol for imminent invasion from outside of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Hmm.
It's all under whispered conversation, but your ears are picking it up
Yeah.
quite well. And
Uh.
from what it's leaning to look like, it sounds like Ganesh is about to undergo some extreme training,
Yeah.
but
Um.
he will be staying on plane.
Okay. Um. So, and Arden's still out there, isn't he?
Yeah, Arden's there,
Yeah.
but you see him having just a conversation with the Emperor, like
Okay.
quiet, not so much quietly as it's just a conversation of what the Emperor can expect when he's about to go into the city, essentially. Along the lines of, so what you're going to run into is that there's going to be this gate, you're going to walk by it, it's going to fill up with water, but don't worry, unless you have something on you that dispels magic, you will be fine.
Um.
Like, he does give a glance over to you when he says that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at this point, Naya's like she's probably not wearing her armor anymore. Like it's probably like bundled up.
You're in a safe
Um.
space, makes sense.
Um. Yeah, because she needs to go in and out, and she can't sort of be screwing around with that every single time. She'll probably uh, she'd probably be very concerned about like everything that's going up on the surface. Um, and probably trying to think of a way to help on the surface with whatever she can. So I guess she'd probably go and start having a look through the um, libraries as well, if there's anything she can find on like magic or is there anything that could potentially help stabilize uh, this realm, even if only temporarily.
So you're just having this inner monologue of, what if I can find something in the library to help stabilize the elemental forces that are going haywire?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Is that all she'll be doing during this
Um,
specific section?
well, she'll probably start heading off to the library.
Okay. So now I will actually start leaving. Okay. I'm just gonna let me grab. Silly program.
See if she runs into Koa along the way.
Alright. Give me a. You know what? You and Koa give me a D100.
A
Okie
D100.
dokies.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's not close enough, you both bypass each other without even realizing it.
My
Oh,
face is
see,
deep in a book right now.
Oh, why can't I? Why can't I roll like that for divine intervention?
Back in my books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
Koa's
she's looking for kind of, without wanting to sound too grandiose, she's looking for reality stabilizing magic.
give me an investigation roll, and we'll run into that during your next turn.
Okie dokie. Investigation, not my strong suit.
I mean,
Definitely not.
you're not gonna bless yourself in the process.
Uh,
Does bless work like that?
I pro-
Wouldn't that be
yeah,
guidance?
it'd
Guidance.
be
That's what I
guide.
mean.
Guide. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do guidance.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's a 12. It's a 12.
Sure.
You don't.
Okay.
So from the roll of 12, you managed to get into the library. You know what you're looking for, but you didn't take the moment to ask the person who runs the library where the section is on elemental healing spells.
Fair enough. I'm
So
hoping that I will remember to ask the librarian on my next turn.
I just like it, buddy. It's like you didn't win, but that's only because you forgot to ask someone.
I'm best friends with the librarian. At this
All right, Desi, you are up.
Okay. All right. So Mountain, Kulgan, and I are basically gonna go check in with the Emperor, just checking in his health because I'm doctor at Wilnia.
From your diagnosis previously, but when you last saw the Emperor on their revival bed. Yes, revival bread. Sure,
bread.
let's go with that.
Was it a comfy loaf?
It was a very comfy loaf.
Yeah.
Word slips, they happen.
It does.
When you last saw him on the revival bed, because he literally got revived, he was still on the mend, and you gave him about 3 or 4 days to recover. It's been 5 days, so of course he's recovered.
I'm going to beg his forgiveness, but I would like to just check his wounds just to see that everything is fine. Just a brief look over without having to do a full strip down search kind of sort of medical way thing.
Holding up the reassure. I need to scan you.
Yeah.
So the Emperor looks at you. He's like, assuming you're gonna check on the. Okay. He lifts his head so you can clearly see where the faint scar tissue is from where he got beheaded.
Okay. I can actually make that lighter if you will allow me.
Medicine check.
Yes.
He's like, if you can. I think it looks kind of cool.
Well, no, but I don't want it to be too prominent. It'll still be there, but it'll just be a little lighter,
But it
so
does so much wonders for my image. The reborn Emperor.
But do you want to give them a location of where to aim?
Remembering all the times the Emperor was basically, okay, how can we make this? How can we use this for PR? Sorry about that. Just remembering the Emperor talking about, okay, now our enemies will think twice about trying to hurt me.
Yep. Continuing. So the Emperor just, he nods. He's like, fair point. Although I still think it's funny to have something that shows, hey, you tried to kill me once. Now do it again.
I dare ya. Yeah. No. So it just takes a look at it. Has because his scanner mirror name is Ray. So so he asks Ray to look over the scar. Oh right, you said medicine check. Hold on, I need to roll it. Yep. 16.
The scar's healing quite nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I think with a little bit of a dermal ointment, you can make that just a bit more fainter.
Oh, Pharma. The Pharma has the jar, so I will have Pharma, my little mirror named Pharma, bring a little tiny little ointment jar that to give to the Emperor. It's really nice and ornamental, something that he would like, and I would basically say to her, okay, Your Excellency, if you wish, I will give you the option. If you wish to use it, here is this ointment. It will lessen the severity of it, and It would also work great with wrinkles as well. So there you go.
Oh, can't say
Not just
so.
not just scar tissue.
The Emperor takes it and gives. You hand it over, and he proceeds to give a reverent bow. He says, "I thank you and receive this gift with honor." So anyway, he
So
hands it
hey,
off
so
to one of the guards.
yeah, so Coolgan does a little thumbs up, like, yeah. um, and so I look over at Mountain. I'm like, so how bad? You heard what they said. Are they about to experience a collapse?
I think we have about a week at best.
We.
I mean, a week after we leave.
Oh, okay, because they did tell us that we had 4 to 5 weeks of training.
You see Arden, he's just in the background like, yeah, roughly. I have to estimate things all the time, Not,
Does
not like this vision's perfect or anything.
does
Yeah,
Orda hear all this being
Yes.
discussed?
yeah, we're not being very quiet, so.
He just sort of cocks an eye ridge scale up, like, what are they talking about?
And it's kind of warm in here. I'm surprised those aren't fuzzy.
Well, I mean, they are in a literal tropical forest inside what is a domed environment.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you for letting me know that.
and also, well, the cool breeze is coming off of the city. Does yes, that would make sense.
So, the Emperor is looking
Oh.
like, so how do you, please explain to me again, and now, either of you, since you are both clearly the captains, how do you plan on getting the heart back?
Wait, hold on. Desi literally is in the middle of trying to just drink some water and just turns over, looks at Arden, and does a spit take on the ground.
I was sitting there like,
Did he just
there's only
say,
one captain.
Did he just say captains
Well, yeah.
with his whole chest?
No, it's like, I think it's best if I show everyone what I mean by trying to get people off world.
I think that would be best. Yes.
I'll be right back. To explain for Orda what happens. Arden seems to take a step to the right, but as he walks, his entire person just vanishes.
What?
It's almost like he walked behind a tree, except there was no tree there.
I,
The Emperor is equally flabbergasted.
Oh, don't
Orda is
worry. You
just
get.
going to take some water out of his water container, gently drizzle it over his head, and then use shape water to freeze it. Because he's beginning to think he might be having a heat stroke down here.
So, trust me. Trust me. You'll get used to it.
Wait, that was real.
Yes, very much.
Adds a bit more water, freezes it.
The Emperor's walking over to where Arden was, puts hand in space, waves hand around.
You're not
Huh.
going to find. Yeah, there is no magic trick or anything like that. He did walk through the plane.
The walk through the plane. What?
Look, don't try and figure it out. He is what they call a very special being. So just you wait. He'll be back.
A very special bean.
So, Desi, anything else you want to work on while that goes on?
I will basically try to explain planeswalking while trying to keep the planeswalking, calling him a planeswalker, a secret, but just kind of explain the science of it in a way that the Emperor will not be scarred.
Roll knowledge arcana at advantage.
Okay.
Because you're pulling from both Arden and your own
Yes,
memory of
exactly.
what Planeswalking is supposed to be like.
Yeah. Oh goodness. All right, here we go. Arcana. Can my familiar help?
No.
Damn it. Okay, hold on. I think I have a card for this.
He rolled 2 2s. And I would have laughed so much harder if they were 2 nat ones.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been so great. And I didn't have to say anything. My magic's unreal.
Nope, they will not help because I was already on advantage. Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're trying to go through the process of thinking how it is supposed to go, like connecting the mana points specifically from point A to point B, and then just freeing yourself between them.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so to give the marble rock, round shiny rock example of how Arden explained it to me, you see this shiny rock. This shiny rock and this shiny rock exist together. Now this shiny rock is able to jump from here to here. The space in between said two shiny rocks is very deadly poisonous to life area. But somehow certain special beings can jump from this rock to that rock with no issues. Some can control it, some it's random. It's look, I'm sorry. I tried. That's the best way I can explain it. Even I am having trouble trying to get words, the proper words to explain this. But I hope you have at least a tiny bit. Just okay. Best way for me to explain. He jumped from right here to where his next destination was without having to walk there. It's similar to teleportation, but not really.
Order reaction.
He is just okay, you know the cartoon thing of like when someone's brain is like starting to cook on the inside and
Yes.
smoke comes out. You
Fan of-
swear you swear it wouldn't, it doesn't make sense, but you swear that steam is coming off the top of his head and he's just adding a bit more water and freezing it.
The Emperor's like, well, okay, I understand it, like, teleportation magic. That's all I know.
That's the best way. Yeah, look, it's teleportation plus magic. It's a little bit above teleportation. He doesn't have to just be stuck on this world. He can literally jump to any world that he wishes to.
So he can travel to other planets?
Yes and no.
Shall we move on from that point, or do y'all want to try and figure that out?
No. I feel like you'll see Mountain just be like, don't ask, don't ask.
Orda
It
having no Orda feeling like his head is going to cook and he's just going to want to say, okay, I'm going home.
Wait, was that for the
He
last
decides to
thing?
say, let's not. I'd rather we not.
You hear the
drive
big booming. You hear the big booming voice of Mountain, who's this tiny noodle dragon. Just pick up, and he's like, "That one is about to go into fumes. I think you have done enough explaining, my familiar. Wait a second, you are my familiar.
No, you're my familiar.
Excuse me, let me explain this one more time. I am an ancient dragon. Yes, I am tiny and adorable, and I have consumption of alcohol. But you are the familiar. You are the one that offered the alcohol and made the bargain and sealed the deal.
And
Oh,
just to
for
prove,
the love of the gods!
and to prove a point, he pulls out the swizzle straw and pokes it into the barrel and starts sipping.
Just loudly going, like there's the loud slurping noises, and with that, Desi's like, oh, for the love of the gods, why? I did do that, didn't I? And you just nod. You see Mountain just nodding, and that will end my turn.
Alright. Koa,
Yes. So
you are walking.
not just me. So Koa goes outside from the front door, the front entrance, face deep in the book, and is also followed by what looks to be a copy of Koa, also face deep in multiple books being carried by mage hands. And then we just mumbling under our breath about things, and then we take notice of the group over here, and we see the Emperor. And like, Emperor! And then we both charge the Emperor, me and my simulacrum, to give him a big hug. Hello!
The Emperor just turns to Koa! Hi!
As two Koas give the Emperor a hug. My God, there's so many things that I have to tell you. And the other one's like, yeah, so many things.
Why are there two of you?
Oh, I learned a lot of new spells. He can help me with said spell, but I found a way to turn myself back into a kobold. And if he turns into a kobold, I turn back into a kobold, so we can be kobolds again. Because this tall body feels weird.
Speaking of which, we never created this sheet for your simulacrum, did we?
No, we did. But we did. He's right here, library. They're the same height, same size, same look, same everything. Except for a different gem on the center of his head. Which is more of a pearl-like gem at the center of his head. But yeah, we found a way to turn ourselves back into kobold. And oh my God, I learned that I'm a planeswalker, or whatever that's called. We can like do different places.
The Koas would see Desi just literally doing the big giant X with his arms.
Our attention is straight on the Emperor, so we don't notice anything else.
I know, but like, Desi's like trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
Like, stop saying that.
So apparently I'm a planeswalker, and I'm learning how to transform myself back into a kobold, and we're learning how to essentially destroy Hal, because he's apparently not Hal, and this bald elf from another existence as well that meddled with our minds. So we're learning how to take his things away, essentially.
Desi and Horda and whoever else is paying attention to this conversation are now seeing just when the Emperor has this open mouth expression and just little heat waves coming from his own head.
I cast Calm Emotions. The simulacrum casts Calm Emotions.
Sir, would you like a bit of
Who's that?
cooling refreshment?
Who's that?
Oh, pardon me. That was a lot of information, and I have to now think about through that.
Oh, good.
Koa.
It takes a bit.
Panicking in the background. You see Desi panicking in the background, like literally just literally mouthing, "Why did you say Planeswalker?"
It's all good.
It's Koa. I would like you to meet the priest Orda of the Winter Scales.
Huh?
The other priest who has deemed to have their name be Scribe. Well, it's not Scribe, but okay, sure. And I think you know Siru. Siru staring at you. Do you know how long it took for me to get back up?
Hey,
Teleported me?
in my defense, it was Hal's fault. He interfered with my magic somehow. I was trying to get all of us together. To be quite honest. Yeah, that's what he said.
You know, how long?
I give you big hug. Both of us give him a big hug. Give them a big hug. It's
There's
okay, you're here now.
You're both lucky you're adorable.
Yes. Also, hello. Nice to meet you. And then you see both Koas just put out their hands in front of Orda. My name's Koa Bolt.
Orda will give each one a hand to shake, and as you're touching his hands, you will notice that they are cold to the touch.
Whoa. Freezing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's all good. It's understandable. It's a weird climate outside, apparently. Like, it's snowing still? Is it still snowing? Wasn't it like a blizzard or something? I think it was a blizzard. I think that's it. But you don't have
Was
fur.
Was it a blizzard?
It was a blizzard before.
It was before they, quote unquote, fixed the temple, which they actually destroyed the core of, which was causing the whole problem about the blizzard. But now everything in the north is starting to melt and become hotter.
But you don't have fur. So I'm guessing it's no longer a blizzard out there. But you are cold.
No, everything is everything is returning to the normal climate, and to be honest, I wish it was still cold out there.
Oh.
That's another thing entirely.
See, it's kind of growing to be more of an oasis.
Oh?
We've been having a lot of trees grow really fast.
Can you think about it in description? And I'm gonna detect thoughts on Siru again to see the full image of what's going on. We're just gonna take a peek. So how does it look like?
So what you can see is Siru draws up the memory where it shows him like panting as he's climbing up those last stairs to get up. And he comes out and you feel like the warm sun rays coming off him. But what you see is the Lizardfolk village in what is now a swamp.
Oh.
Rather than the frozen wastes it was before. Like, a lot of trees have started growing. Some buildings are split apart because the tree just burst up through it.
Oh.
There's a lot of, and from his memory, you can see everyone's just working together to try and rebuild their home in what was supposed to be an oasis in a frozen desert, but is now a what is essentially huts in a swamp.
Oh boy.
Which means a lot of their homes, which also used permafrost ice in their makeup, were starting to melt and look all muddy.
Oh no. How do I guess this is a conversation for the worm aboleths, the cute things in the sky.
To put it as succinctly as possible, we have both a lot of religious infrastructure and actual infrastructure to revisit.
Oh boy. I mean, yeah, it's a lot, because apparently our gods were these aboleths? And they're the reason for everything, technically?
Yeah.
Even for the death of the humans.
Yeah, how do you think our people are going to...
Not well. In a tactical perspective, it's gonna look more or less like propaganda that the Emperor created or the Temple created.
I
to
believe
erase religions. Yeah.
The sages put it best, artistic interpretation, but now the artistic interpretation is going to have to come with a lot of "be not afraid" in the text.
I mean, you're right.
Lots of "be not afraid."
Do you need
I mean,
help
to be fair,
with
if we
that?
survive the next month or a couple months,
I mean, it's a lot of adapting to do. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of
Maybe we could ask the gods, quote unquote, how to help fix this, other than probably get the heart back from Bald Elf Man.
Is this the first time Order's hearing about the heart?
Yeah.
in a sense, yes.
Yes.
You had
What?
The heart of Dynaboo. Did they not tell you this? Desi, did you not tell them anything?
The Emperor said that he did a briefing.
Emperor's like, well, I did give sort of a briefing, but even I didn't know what the heart was.
Oh.
Only knew that you all came down here to talk with another civilization until
Yeah.
Well, until the heart got broken and I got my memories back.
Yeah, essentially. Oh yeah, Hal really did mess with a lot of our memories, not just mine, apparently. So that's a whole other package to unravel.
So, I really do have to tell you, Koa.
Yes.
Hal did mess with my memories too.
Yeah.
It's why you got the job.
Oh.
To be fair, you were good at your job.
Yep.
But also, if he didn't do that, I don't think I would have gone through the process of even considering a kobold as my chief interrogator.
True. That honestly makes a lot more sense. I thought it was like a diversity hire. I mean, that's what all the other guards kept saying behind their backs in their minds, thinking that I couldn't hear them.
Nah.
At one point,
Just cutie.
At one point, I was considered your lapdog. At one point, by one of them.
Well,
I
they
think
did
I think
say
it was
that
the head
out loud.
chief. I think it was the head of security.
Well, we
Well-
did hear that being said out loud in the city.
On the good side, the city is going to have to go through a bunch of guard restructuring, considering, well, that head of security kind of got blown up.
Yeah. Also, they were a part of the entire situation that Mahanuri was planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mahanuri.
Mahanuri.
Oh
Wasn't
yes,
it the
by
Black
the way,
Dragon's plan?
Oh yeah, that
it-
too. That
yes,
too.
But he was conspiring with Mahanuri.
Correct.
The Emperor turns to look at Mahanuri. Mahanuri like, you see just one of Mahanuri's ears go, whoop, and then suddenly drop all the way down.
You're in
Oh,
trouble.
there will be words.
I want to be there to have some words too. Maybe we could try a new spell. Oh yeah, I'm in the process of making a new spell. Specifically for Hal, but I do need test subjects.
By the way, into our ears, we're hearing literally both of the kobolds saying this at the same time.
Oh no, it was like one after the
Oh.
other.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like very choral, whereas
They're
like, the
finishing each other's
harmonious-
sentences.
Yes,
Got it.
correctly.
Okay.
At the end of every sentence, usually. So yeah, if you allow me, Emperor, I could use Mahanuri for a project. As a sort of punishment, if you want me, like, if you want to punish him, you know I'm good at
As-
my job.
As an order, I can't rightfully give people away as test subjects.
True, but you can give them as prisoners or punishment for trying to usurp the Emperor and end a peace deal.
Yes, but he's also going to be instrumental in helping us, you know,
Oh no, that's for
stop
later.
a certain invasion from happening.
That's for later. That's for later. I just need a piece of his, a chip of his tusk for later. Just a piece of his DNA.
No.
Oh, fine.
Order from your emperor.
Yes,
Wait till you get
Emperor.
back.
I will.
Order from your physician. No.
Also, what happened to your cool scarring? It's a little faded. That'll be more prominent.
We're going to go with the whole no amount of damage can defeat the emperor sort of deal.
Oh, but that'll be like so cool. It's just like, even if you try to kill me, I still will come back like a phoenix. The phoenix a thing? I forgot if there was. Like a dragon.
Firebirds are in Asian culture, yes.
Yes, but like, is it within this culture specific?
Zyshan, would it be in Zyshan is the question.
Would that be an existing thing?
One of their gates is literally the gate of the phoenix, so
Alright,
yes.
so yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Zyshan, the Phoenix Emperor.
You know what? We'll workshop that. That actually sounds awesome.
Yeah. Also, I gotta workshop something else too. But like, yeah. I think I'm going to take a nap in a bit. I'm a little exhausted.
You did seem a little bloodshot around the eyes.
Yeah! There's a lot of research trying to create a new spell.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Alright. So is that all you will mention for now, or?
I throw a tiny pebble at Mahanuri. I'll get you later!
He's just currently discussing what the shade is doing. Right. This is a thing.
It's in his head too. Both of our
It just-
voices.
Poink, poink, poink. All the other sages are looking at her. Do you have some bad blood with that kobold? It's that kobold has had it out for me ever since we first met, just because he perceives me as more intelligent.
Yes.
I don't think that is the issue.
That was literally the issue.
No, that's the issue.
he he's just jealous that I have more intelligence.
Yeah, you were so intelligent that you mistook the Emperor for a dragon.
He just hear from Old Mountain. Hi again.
Oh, I gift of gab when I said that's the issue. I just did that. Like, do you need a tissue? Your nose is bleeding. That's for everyone like that heard me say it. I didn't say that. I didn't say that was the issue. Ah, gift of gab.
Okay. Desi, you're the only one that really knows what happened. Out of everyone
because of
here
my
now.
ring, because of my ring, yeah, my nose ring.
Unless everybody else can, it doesn't even ask for a save.
No
does
save.
It?
It's just immediate.
God damn it! Yeah. So everybody else, you just know that Koa threw the rock and told Ma Nudi that he needed
a tissue.
Needed a tissue.
Yep.
Whereas Desi knows the truth.
Yep.
So wait, does everyone have a bloody nose?
No, you don't.
No,
you
no,
just
he pointed
like
it,
it's just like a. It's like I hit rewind and then it said another line.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Gift of Gab
But
literally rewrites
We
the
love
last
it.
6 seconds.
We love it.
yeah, but that's not what but Desi knows different.
Yeah, Desi has a ring of mind shielding on him, which means enchantment spells don't, that affect his mind don't really work.
Yeah, he put it on his nose ring, so.
So having heard all of this sort of happening and just kind of glancing at the Emperor, wondering just, yeah, he's just gonna flat out ask the Emperor, so I know that you brought Scribe and I here to, well, as a means of helping with the peace talks, but what else do you need with us? Because as it stands, I think helping out my tribe, literally keeping our homes afloat, is a very important thing.
The Emperor looks at you and nods and he goes, well, I was hoping to send a trusted agent along with them to go pick up the heart. Someone who will keep Zaishan's interests on the... Well, sorry. Tainabu's interest, first and foremost. After all, we only have so long, and we're only probably going to be able to hold off an invasion for... honestly, I don't even know what we're about to fight. And that's something we need to talk with the Aboleths about. And if it turns out the only thing we can do is bring back the heart, then I was gonna hope one of your tribe could go.
Well,
I was thinking of maybe sending an elven agent, but as shown by Koa's actions and the events that happened before the blizzard was removed, I don't trust anyone else at this point in time. Not within my own kingdom.
right, it might be a good idea to get a hold of a neutral third party. Well, I can discuss it with Scribe and members of the order back home, but I think I might be the best fit for this.
Once again, we'll have to talk with the Aboleths and see what they say. So, I best not dilly-dally. He waves his hand and he to his own group and says, "We shall head on in." Welcome back, DB. What you missed is Orda asking the Emperor what he was thinking, and the Emperor saying need third party. Long story short. So the Emperor takes his walk.
When he motions to his entire party, is he including the lizard folk who arrived with him?
I follow.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry, really quick. I send my elk back at this point so he can rest in the bag.
essentially he's just gathering everyone ready to go. So this is the last round of chatting, or at least
Yeah.
of this turn order.
No, I'm just saying that the elk at this point, I'm just gonna delete him off the screen.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I sent him back to the bag.
It's been more than a day, Desi.
Yeah.
Once the next day arrived, the elk was like, "Okay, peace."
Yeah.
He
I did my
literally
job.
he lifted up his one leg and did the peace sign with his two hooves.
Now
No.
he just did the little salute. The hoof the head salute. Because it was the first time he ever got summoned, so he was kind of like happy.
Happy, and I got to have food. The grass and moss that's around the area.
Yeah.
There's a big
What?
patch of it just missing where he's been eating this entire time.
It's like just dirt, and that's fine.
Multi-planar food.
Yeah.
Are we going to need your third party member? He gestures to Desi.
My third party member? I'm trying to understand what you are asking.
The woman who left for the library.
She, she's an independent soul. I would let her do her thing.
All right, as long as you're sure.
No, I'm never sure. When it comes to her, I've learned in this past when it comes to this past few months together, yeah, expect the unexpected with that woman.
And the white cat.
Also, lots of colts.
Yes.
And the white cat. Arden, I believe you called him Emperor.
The white. Oh, you mean my brother? No, he'll be back. He's actually he should be here at any moment with a very special, and he does air quotes, ship.
Which I'm trying to look for the token for it. I can't find it. Oh no.
Do you want me to get it for you?
You just see Koa starting to set up a little spell circle. The simulacrum sets up a spell circle on one of the ridges, and a door appears in front of it. A marble door. Well, if you guys are good, I'm gonna take a nap.
The Emperor's just like, you're coming with me to be part of the talks, Koa.
Oh, but I'm so tired.
You're not my fault you spent an entire day in the library.
I was researching.
You still have a job. You still have a job and a duty to the Empire of Zyshan.
I said, okay, the library will go with you. He'll inform me for things, but right now I'd rather not get this tired and mumble my words. I like how they still say kobold, but like I labeled him library. Is this library? No. I need a new icon. I want to use the new icon so badly.
I know, but we're not.
Them.
We're not there yet, though.
Main Koa is
Yeah,
just
sure.
gonna sleep off the exhaustion. Simulacrum, who doesn't have exhaustion, will go in with. Hi!
Where did we put it?
See what I mean?
You lost the ship!
Well, we didn't lose the ship
How
technically.
the fuck did we lose a football-sized ship? Football field-sized ship.
You forget to give it attention and love.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna upload a new one. Hold on. Do I have upload privileges?
Oh, nope, found it.
Oh,
Oh,
no! Don't use that. No! Don't use that. Don't use that. I have a better thing.
Oh, okay.
Alright, let me open up the
That's what I'm
library.
saying. Let me hold on. Let me upload. Let me upload. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, for this background stuff, Orda, you still have about 5 minutes extra added on. Oops.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just kind of wondering why one of the two, apparently kobolds, is heading into a door that doesn't connect into anything, but I would imagine he's
Oh,
heard of
you can
Mordenkainen's.
yeah,
He would have heard of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion.
that's the one. You just it's
It's not called that
it's Koa's magnificent mansion. Excuse me.
because Mordenkainen does not exist in this plane.
Also,
Okay,
this
well then,
page is so
whatever this spell is called, would he have heard of it before?
nope. And I slammed the door shut.
Do you have
To be
access to
f-
it, Arden?
It is your first time. It is your first time seeing this particular door. Yes, but you know that the elves are wibbly and weird, and you probably picked it up from them.
Yeah,
Arden, do you have
more than
access to it
likely.
in the recent uploads?
The old token, but not the new one.
No, the new ones. You don't see Weatherlight Run and Weatherlight Side.
I do not.
Okay, then it means I need to give them to you to upload because I no longer
Yes.
have GM privileges. Okay, all right.
Just toss to me in private, real quick.
That's
Anyway.
what I'm gonna do.
Orda, continuing with your stuff. So you see this kobold, he opens the door. It has a different space inside of it than what is literally outside.
Oh, it looks see-through to anyone else that's not invited. So I'm just going into like basically an archway, and I disappear like Arden. But then the door closes and locks. You see, like you hear multiple tumblers, like lock tumblers, just go off.
Sorry, when you said tumblers, I thought of something else. Sorry.
Tumbler. I mean,
Yeah.
the dashboard is just showing on the screen right now.
Anyway,
Just looking at this and like, yeah, let's go meet with the aboleths.
Yes, let us meet with Aboleth.
He just carefully sprinkles some water back onto his head and freezes it again.
Was just in another
Alright.
world.
why are you going off screen?
Because that's not the kobold that's with you right now.
Library is here.
This
Anyway.
is library. I'm library.
We shall move on to Naya's turn. Naya, you can roll me another investigation check if you want.
Can I have advantage because I would have thought to ask the librarian by that?
Yes.
Never mind.
Don't forget, you can cast
I'll
guidance.
do the guidance. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Arden, you should have them.
Never mind.
I have them now.
Okay.
I mean, it's not
14.
bad. It's not bad.
Still a 14. So you asked the Water Genasi about elemental, like, healing magic that could, like, pretty much undo catastrophe events like earthquakes, tornado, you know, whatever natural phenomenon could happen. And she's giving you this, like, deadpan stare of, who is this black elf and what is she?
Mhm.
Why is she talking to me? So she tries to make any sort of excuse, but she also, like, after a moment of trying to calm her down, she does look at you and go, if this is supposed to be real, there's no spell for that. Not that, at least not within our books. And I mean, something like that shouldn't even happen. Like, where was this going on?
It's slightly a delicate matter, but I do not wish to spread alarm. But I believe there may be problems in the world above, shall we say?
Oh, you mean outside us? No, as long as the heart's there, it should be fine. Oh. Oh, right. That may be a question for the Aboleth.
I see. Well, thank you for your help.
You're welcome. You see her just walk away, pull out a book that says, "How to know your world is messed up." Flip to page 1.
Death.
So that the search for a book to help assist with this shenanigans is no longer available to you. What do you wish to do from here?
suppose she'd probably go back out to the others.
So you spend the rest of your time walking out as you see everyone's gathering to go back in.
She just kind of sighs and laughs.
You also don't happen to turn around there at all.
Yeah, so she'll just say to the others, "I said, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find anything to help with what's going on, and I'm not sure how much good any shall we say divine energy is going to be in stopping this, but I guess we'll find. I guess we can but try. What's the plan?"
And Emperor, well, we're gathering up. We're going to be going to ask the Diabolus exactly that plan.
Okay, well, lead on, Emperor.
Very well. I'm just gonna move over to Desi right now. Desi? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, is your
Now, did I hear any of this?
yes? She came out and she's like, "Well, I couldn't find any books about this. So what's the plan?" And the Emperor's like, "We're gathering up to go check with
Wait.
Diabolus."
No, because I'm about to ask a question. Did she, in not so many sorry, not terms, describe my panacea?
No.
Okay. That's because Desi's gonna just look at his gauntlet and then look like doo. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go do my own research.
Are you gonna be rolling investigation on it, or?
I'm going
And
to.
what are you researching specifically?
I'm trying to find out, now that I know that it was the aboleths that were in the egg, that they gave it to me. There has to be a book on the panacea.
Okay, so we're gonna take your turn and have you move into the city then.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Koa, we already know Koa's sleeping, and
This is gonna be library. So, library takes my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm gonna take your turn as the DM
Yes.
and kill the turn order. And we're going to have the legacy. So, for those who have not seen planeswalking airships before,
It's ship.
So the big silver ship that a certain kobold constantly calls gaudy for no reason.
Very much so. Very much so. I'm asleep. This is library speaking.
So from everyone else's perspective, it is the equivalent of a sonic boom, as the ship just breaks into reality right next to the city. And it's big. As you see this just gigantic silver ship make its way. The Emperor, who's seen this ship before, goes, "Oh, that's what he means by teleportation magic."
Yes.
Now he understood what Desi was explaining.
Teleportation. That's what it is.
You see the sage is just flabbergasted. Mahanuri is on his knees, just like, how? Scribe and Siru are doing the equivalent of jaw drop.
Unhinged to jaw drop?
Unhinged jaw drop.
Orda is going to take what was left of his skin of water, just dump the rest of it onto his head, and cast shape water to freeze it. As he wonders, maybe I shouldn't have volunteered. Maybe the aboleths will send a neutral third party.
God damn it.
And once again, Artem walks out, debuting his new token, his new armor. He's like, "Sorry, it took me a while. Had to get redressed."
Hi, Arden. I'm Library. I'm not really Koa.
Uh,
Hello.
Arden looks at this new little kobold. His eyes flash blue, and he's like, "Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yep.
Living spell, got it."
He's sleeping right now, or meditating.
He looks over at everyone, taking a moment to stare at Orda for a second. Desi, do you wish to roll perception?
Yes, I'll roll perception. So will Kulgin and Mountain.
Only Desi can pull this one off.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Perception.
Yeah, Orda is not bothering with perception. He is busy trying to not
is it
overheat.
an advantage or normal?
At advantage, since you share Arden's memories.
Oh boy. Okay. 19.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Look at that one.
All things in balance.
Of all the things to pass on is Arden.
So, Desi, what you're feeling is not so much seeing it, but you are seeing it on his eyes. He has that blue flash, but there's a spiral of gold in it. And what
Yeah.
you feel from Arden is that same feeling he got when you saw yourself walk onto the ship.
I'm gonna beeline to Arden and look at him and just kind of like thinking to myself, because I know he'll hear it. Because apparently we're sharing thoughts now.
No, sensations.
Sensations, yeah. He just kind of like looks at him and gives him the sensation of, what did you just do?
Art's like, well, I only looked, and I see potential.
Huh. And just quietly points over to Orda.
What?
No, quietly. You don't know. You don't see it happening.
Oh.
This is
Unless you roll perception.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I only have a 1. What's the? I'm not gonna see shit.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Just too busy staring at the. That's a big ship. That's a big ship that materialized out of nothing. What?
Yeah.
That ship came from nowhere.
That ship
But
came
yeah,
from
no,
nowhere.
that's just like, so it just kind of like nods towards Orda, and it's kind of like, you're seeing potential in that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree with the choice of taking that one.
Very well. We'll make arrangements for it. Emperor's like, what? Aaron just goes waves. Don't worry about it. It's not.
No. Desi does the same thing at the same time. Whatever Arden does, just out of habit, because it's Arden's habit.
Arden starts waving. Don't worry about it. Desi does the same thing. It says at the exact same time.
Library
Don't
just
worry
whispers,
about it.
It's planeswalker things. To the Emperor.
Emperor's like, are they both planeswalkers?
Yes. So is the
Just
elf, and
just a hard
possibly
stare.
the new Snake Man
Arden
boy.
should get
them.
the feeling that that Desi's been trying to get that one to stop saying the word planeswalker.
Arden at this point actually doesn't care. He's like, yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Desi will just shrug and be like, okay. If it doesn't bother you because he understands now because of that mind share thing, he now understands how dangerous the word planeswalker could be. So
I don't.
but yeah, you don't, but
I'll use it willy-nilly until
We're trying to get that one
otherwise.
to not use planeswalker this entire time. Arden's like, it actually doesn't matter at this point, considering they're about to discover just how small their plane is compared to the rest of the multiverse.
So there's a thing called the
This
multiverse.
is also true.
There's a thing called the Spider-Verse.
Walks over, grabs Liver. Come on.
Oh, great! You're gonna get a lecture.
I'm fine with that. That's what I was made for.
Well,
Oh,
that
okay.
and walks over to the door,
Nope.
picks up the door.
He goes like, ah! Ah,
Shakes door.
it's in another plane. It doesn't work like that.
I can make it
You-
work like that, and you know it.
No!
Now
Cole
be
is-
a good.
Cole is sleeping.
Now you're gonna be on the ship for a bit.
Which one?
Yeet.
The door?
The door.
Okay.
Does he asks the librarian if he can borrow the book so he can make annotations. So he wants to check out the book. Just
Roll
temporarily
your-
for his training.
Roll your research on that.
I don't have books.
Research.
Wrong library.
Do you mean investigation? Or sorry, I wouldn't
What
know.
would research be?
Investigation. When you are trying to look for answers to a very specific topic in a place where you can look for very specific things, that's counted as investigation.
Okay, so I'm going to use my card to have advantage on this because this is important.
I love how the legacy is actually on my token. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's
You're
so
welcome.
it's so pretty.
All right, go ahead and roll that at advantage.
Also,
Or-
if anybody can see, there's a tiny little mirror right next to Arden.
Oh no.
Hold up.
Give me just a moment.
Oh wait. It's so cute.
Give me a pop.
So cute.
Adorable. Okay, back to normal size.
Oh, this Cole is just on the ship.
Card backed, waiting for roll.
How do I shrink myself?
Well, first you need to click on your token,
I
and then
did.
you go drag.
Yeah, I'm on the ship now. Oh, there we go.
I'm just
Sorry,
gonna-
a phone call just came in the middle of me having to roll. So give me just a moment. Okay, advantage.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, I'm being brought food. So,
Oh, okay.
okay, investigation advantage.
Ooh, nice. 22.
Yes.
Alrighty. You are asked about you go in, you ask the librarian about anything in Panacea Protocol. Unfortunately for you, the librarian herself looks like she's having an existential crisis, and there's about 50 books around her. All about what would happen, all about pretty much what would happen if a planar sea core were damaged in any way.
You see Koa just feeding her all this information
I'm-
on the
I'm
bottom
holding-
left corner.
No, I'm
No.
holding. I'm holding the book. Like I'm holding the book and scrolls that are speaking of. Like we did find them in the original.
True, but when
book.
you
so I'm
saw her, she was.
holding them Yeah, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I just
Yes,
need,
yes.
I just need to borrow these to extrapolate the knowledge from them so I can do my training that that your deities want me to do.
I mean, they're not really deities, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, the leaders
Just-
of your city. Yeah, the aboliths.
Just try to research quietly over there. And she points to a corner.
No,
And you
no,
see
no,
her open
okay.
another book.
Okay, wait. Hold. Okay, I need to ask you: is it okay if I take them to my ship and I will be right back?
I mean, sure.
I'm not gonna take them too far. I will, and I promise, on this oath, right, to you, and I hold her hand. I say, I promise you, on the oath of my ancestors, on the oath of my planar existence, I will bring you back that which I have borrowed.
She is just freaked the fuck out because she had never seen you before.
There's also the fact that you're a giant lion man that just proved that just oath to a genasi was. She's just like, okay.
They keep proposing
You know,
to you.
but then can I roll my charisma to like see if I can like
Roll it.
how smooth I was?
Roll it.
Okay,
Yep.
is it just straight up charisma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna take the regular number, or do I get advantage?
Can I cause disadvantage?
You cannot.
No,
You are not
what?
there.
You're not here.
Aw.
You're asleep.
No, library's still there and has access to all
Library
my
is
spells.
with the Emperor. Desi
Dang
just
it.
Desi said their piece and then just ran inside to the library, to
I
the
went
library
to
of the city.
library.
Dang
The
it.
library's not with me.
That'd been funny, and the charisma check failed.
So, roll that charisma, Desi.
That
It's
would
just
I would
straight
not trust that.
charisma.
Okay,
Why?
all right. First number then.
14.
I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna. Okay, yeah, 14.
And she just sits there like, okay, turning a bit purple. And then as you leave, she pulls out a book on anatomy.
Oh my god. Yes.
Because Desi's
Please
charisma
don't-
is the kind my
do
people
not-
sip.
Yes.
Ask the question.
We know what she's
Do
looking
not-
for. We know.
No,
we don't have
she's
to
looking
ask.
for it, but she's not asking the question.
We don't have to ask if we can look it up in a book.
Okay, anyways,
Alright, so,
and then I will head to the ship, to my room where I will scan the copies in. I will scan all these books in.
as you are walking out with the books, you suddenly find that your forward momentum is going nowhere, as you're suddenly being dragged backwards. As you
Why?
you pass the whole group of people, and Arden is just there. Yoink, come on, here we go.
I was headed that way anyway, Arden.
We're going to the Aboleth Chamber.
But the research.
Research can happen during training, come on.
You should have stayed up like I did.
Not all of us can make a simulacrum library.
I mean, I could make one. Well.
No, can we not? Coolgan just does bad.
We're gonna go to this screen for the everybody in the chamber.
Library.
No, don't pull any tokens out. Just
Disappear.
Library.
we're just gonna it's gonna be us in the chat in our little avatar box and
Yeah. So you are met face to face with the Aboleths and the Chinasi Councilman. They're like, "How fair? Oh, well, we were expecting this." As the Emperor walks in behind everyone, along with the Lizardfolk delegation and the sages. Ganesh doesn't show up for some reason, and neither does Proserpia. But it seems that neither of them are comfortable being submerged in water. So, as you enter the chamber, everything enters the chamber, the Emperor finally speaks up. "Oh, great beings of my past, we have words." As he walks up, "So, what was the deal about changing our memories and having us murder the humans?" The Aboleths, not having expected to be called out in the middle of their own city, inside their own council, are looking at the Emperor like, all the Genasi are just like, ugh. And you just hear, like, the Fire, who's currently, like, in his own bubble, like, constantly steaming bubble underwater, just say, "Told you this would happen."
we warned you.
I cast enlarge on the Emperor, so he's a little bit bigger. He's now considered, I think, giant or large.
Just large.
He's considered large, so he's a little more, like,
Only one category up.
yeah, just a little bit more, and project his image further.
Wait, hold on.
Koa's just doing all the pizzazz to me for the Emperor.
Library is doing all the
Library is doing all the pizzazz for the Emperor.
Desi also adds enlarged to the Emperor, making him
huge.
huge.
Anybody else having a large spell you want to stack on this boy?
I think do you guys have enlarge?
Desi just did it. Library just did it.
Naya just sits back and just shakes her head with a smirk and goes, "Oh, boys and their obsession with size."
No, it's Desi just gives her a hard stare. It's like, look, it's fair, and we want him at equal footing with them, so that way they can't try and intimidate.
It's also a dick measuring competition at this point, in political
For-
standards.
for them, but not for me. I really could care less. I just think it's funny.
The Avalists are staring at there like,
For
okay.
me, this is the comedy of the situation. But yes, go ahead, entertain me.
If Orda is able to, he's going to use shape water on his little dome, on the little bubble of water that's surrounding him to basically chill it.
What bubble of water you're getting?
You
can
have
breathe-
water breathing while you're inside the city.
Yeah.
Oh.
It gets cast on you
It's
when
the
you
last-
enter through the gate.
Oh,
Yeah,
because we
it's
did
not-
not
cast on us-
mention
yeah.
that.
Oh.
We didn't mention that
Oh.
earlier.
Right, yeah, we
Oh,
forgot
sorry.
to mention that. Yeah, but
Derp,
yeah,
derp, derp.
you can
It's a
breathe
problem.
underwater for 24 hours.
All right. Well, in that case, the water, at least he'll use some of the water that's surrounding him to create a thin sheen of ice.
The Avalith is like, in our defense, the barrier was supposed to last pretty much forever. A power like that should not have been in the hands of mortals to begin with. The Emperor just goes off in them. And you think that sealing us away from you're our friends, people who we thought to be our friends, like that, was any sort of okay? You made me kill my best friend!
His project image of all the imagery and everything that happened.
Desi's literally sitting there with a bucket of popcorn and sharing it with Naya.
That's a level 2.
Yeah, Naya is sitting there like Michael Jackson.
Soggy
eating
No,
popcorn.
we're just there entertained. We're just like there quiet, like just like.
And Library's doing all the work.
No, it's like Desi's just whispering, it's getting to the good part.
And the Atlas is just flabbergasted, and the Emperor goes on. Now, to be fair, if it wasn't for the fact that we are on the edge of what I've been told is impending invasion
Yep.
from outside, the Avalis still just curling in on themselves.
The symbol appears on the project
I wouldn't
image
even.
now.
I would have declared war on you just for existing, for doing that. That to your own world. Arden's in the background, just like.
A warfield shows up with the Aboleths and the elves fighting each other from the project image.
Desi passes the bucket of popcorn over to Arden. You want?
Mm-mm.
As Mountain and Kogan both get.
How do they not realize that popcorn is soggy beyond all recognition? They
I know,
can't taste
That's why I
it either.
said, soggy popcorn.
No,
What?
it's in a bubble. It's in a bubble.
But
It's
we,
Phoebe! Just because it's in a bubble doesn't mean it doesn't go through water when it reaches your mouth.
prestidigitation, dry. Presti it. Just presti it.
Dry. Presti dry.
That is
Presti
too.
crunchy.
That is too much wet to prestidigitation away.
No, it's not.
Is the object really wet? Is
okay,
water
hold
wet?
up. Hold up.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
hold up.
I get
hold
to
up.
roll this just once.
Oh no.
Just for the lols. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
really.
that.
Can we just leave it for the lulz without having to like?
No,
RL
we
science?
don't have to. I can do control water.
This is true.
We all
Okay,
can
there you
control
go.
water.
Oh lord.
I'm
Me
focused on the
setting everyone
projection.
in a-
So Naya just creates this bubble around us.
So pretty much, since I can't remember the rest of the speech for the life
Oh,
of me,
Sorry.
it's fine
we need to.
because I wasn't expecting him to give a speech, but apparently my brain goes, yeah, the Emperor would be still pissed in this situation.
He would be.
yeah, he
yes,
would.
it makes
So-
total sense.
So pretty much, you are there on the equivalent of a political reaming from the Emperor of Zyshan over to the Council of Aboleths and the Genasi of Ixmaya,
And all this projection showing to everybody of what's happening.
with the added help
in
of
the-
the projections.
In the background, everyone can hear loud
Large.
slurping noises from a silly straw in Desi's direction because Mountain is just sipping away that aether ale.
Oh, I also cast thaumaturgy because I also have that too as a warlock. On the Emperor's voice
right,
is booming,
Yes, booming voice. Yes.
so more intimidation.
And the Emperor finally ends it with all, and I ask you, who started all this to begin with, what is your plan to fix it? As he's still saying to the Avalist, but the Avalist just going, we can't. We have long since lost the ability to traverse worlds. And as if on cue, you just hear from Arden.
No, Desi does the same thing because for some reason they're in sync.
Arden's face shows up on the projection.
Arden gently pats Desi on the head. No, I got this.
Oh, right. No, go ahead.
I'm just doing.
They walk up.
I might as well use all the spells.
It's all you.
Just made like.
Desi releases the enlarge reduce.
Same here.
concentration. Yeah, so now the Emperor's back to normal.
And then I just do like what's it called? Koa's claw. I'm just doing a Koa's claw and just like a large, big bee's hand type thing for a platform for Arden. There we go. We're doing a lot of things. We might as well use the spells.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'm resummoning
Arden-
library later.
Arden takes a moment to walk up next to the Emperor. If I may, I say the plan hasn't changed at all.
Thaumaturgy.
Emperor's giving him the look of, what? As it turns out, I happen to be a planeswalker. In short, and you see him, he pushes his hand to his chest and pulls out a bright star, so to speak. And it's just floating there in his hand.
Projection on all the seats for people to see that. As like a zoom in.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna do this.
Yep.
Let's be fair.
And you see it. This is called a spark. I am one of the very few in the multiverse who can travel the worlds. As he puts it right back into his body, and this one is mine. I have also made it so that I can traverse the worlds with other people. And he motions out the window where you see just poignantly the legacy floating into view, and he goes, that ship can traverse the worlds with me. If you want, I request that the following people join me on an expedition to bring back the Heart of Tainabu. In the midst of the invasion, this could save your world, but I can't guarantee anything. Mostly because I have tried to give these people missions before, and they tend to go shopping randomly. He just gives a poignant stare to Desi and Naya specifically.
Shows the projection on Desi and Naya shopping in the project image.
So,
what did he say right before he looked at us? I missed that.
He called us out for shopping, Naya.
For shopping, yeah.
he called you out for shopping where you were supposed to be protecting a champion of a plane.
It shows in the projection.
And then he goes, but for all their faults, I trust these two with my life. They are part of my crew. I would also like to request the following: that the one who is the one whose simulacrum is currently standing with us,
Hello.
the library, as the one who is supposed to be here would call him.
Yes.
I want him on my ship. And I also want that guy. He points straight to Orda.
And an image of Orda is shown on the projection.
Orda in the thin sheen of ice, it just sort of cracks a little. What?
Out of everyone I've seen so far that has entered this chamber, he seems the most potential to help with the assistance, and he's a trusted member of your plane.
I second the motion.
More of the sheen cracks.
And I would like him to join us so that we can have someone from your world who knows what stake is at hand for saving the Heart of Tainabu. After a bit of a silence, the council murmurs between each other. The Emperor's giving that pointed stare of what?
You did great.
There's small bubbles forming above the Emperor's head as he's trying to take in just the slew of information that just happened.
Don't worry about it. We'll explain later. Thoroughly.
And Arden goes, I would also like some time to make sure my team is ready. It might be a little bit of a risk, but considering what's coming, you're going to need to work together as a society to fight off what's coming. And if, library,
Yes.
I'm giving you this one chance. Read my mind and show it to him.
Okay. And I connect my mind with Arden and then project the image. Library does, like a screen projector, in front of everybody.
You see Tynaboon skies with the symbol of Phyrexia over it. Before that symbol becomes bigger and bigger and the center becomes black as night. Before an entire city-sized claw bursts out, coming in and landing onto the plane. Black ichor pouring from it, along with you seeing everyone seeing a bunch of metallic flesh-type creatures. Lot like, and if we still had the image for one, which I don't.
No,
For anyone who knows the Phyrexian cards, look up Phyrexian enemies. That's what's crawling over this
Arden,
thing.
you should have it. It was with the nightmares.
I don't have that token anymore. I deleted it because I was gonna remake it later.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was gonna remake it later for season 4. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
but pretty much seeing the horror, and he goes, and fighting them is no easy task either. If even a drop of that black ichor lands on a person, they would be infected. And he shows a scene. Like the imagery flips, and it goes to a scene of someone who got the ichor on them. The metal protrusions coming out of their body as time goes on, in sort of a time lapse between initial infection to fully Phyrexian. Because it shows that until a certain point, they just get covered in metal, end up getting like black lesions. Their minds start going. They start spouting like Phyrexian jargon, and then at that point is when they would be ready for completion, where they are taken to a room and see Phyrexian Rager. If you want to look up the card, for those who are on stream, that just Google images. Trust me, it's not pretty. Warning: body horror. And he goes, so that's what you have to look forward to. So I best say that the one that's coming with me is the one from your world that's coming with me is getting off a bit lightly, but he will have to contend with different horrors. But as long as we can get everyone trained, we can get through this. As long as you keep your heads about you and understand what quarantine procedure means, you can get through this. And hopefully by the end, your world will be saved. I just, I can't guarantee anything. So, and then he steps off. I give it by your leave.
The projections of the imagery of the Phyrexians linger a bit, and then it fades into black. And I drop the projection spell.
Desi stands up. Oh, before anything, which one of you gave me the panacea?
They're all looking at each other. You see one in the corner just, he swims over to you and he's like, you were the one that was looking up the panacea to this?
Yes,
Okay.
I was.
We will talk after.
No, I just wanted to say thank you, but yes, if you have any more information apart from these books and scrolls that I'm borrowing, temporarily, I would greatly appreciate all of that.
He swims back to his podium. You can't tell whether or not he acknowledged your words or not. And they all have sort of like an internal discussion as you see a light bounce from each one of them. It's eerily quiet. Nothing but the burbles of waves and of the underwater waves and the bass music from outside in the town.
small bubble whales being created by library swimming around.
The emperor's just, huh. So battle plan, and the let's just break out of their big conversation. They go, yes, um, Arden, by your leave and by the council's decision, you are given right, provided consent is given by all. You are by given right and our leave to do what is necessary. Arden nods. Thank you. He looks at Orda. So, holding out a hand. Want to fly away on a ship?
During the whole time when they were conversing, the thin sheen of ice basically had finally fallen away. Before I go with you, I need whatever information you can provide me in terms of combating these things. I need to prepare and make sure the White Scale Order is able to defend our people and the rest of the plane.
Oh, yeah,
If that
for sure.
if that yeah, basically, then he'll take the hand. Then he will take your hand and shake it. And
All right.
Arden will notice that the hand is very cold.
Desi just walks up and just pats you very hard on the back. Welcome aboard. I'll see you in the med bay for your medical check.
My what?
It's
He,
part
he,
of the procedure.
he means
I
to
am
double
the
check you
doctor.
make sure that you're all fit and healthy for what's about to happen next.
Also, I need to scan you to make sure that we have a healthy record of you being healthy, so I know what to compare to.
Did you do that to Koa?
Oh,
Library just
yes.
ships up. Did you ever do
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, yes, very much so. And I'm going to have to do it again because you keep changing.
I mean, we're gonna change in a bit, like when we get this research done. Pretty
I
much.
know, and throughout that time, I shall be scanning you through every change.
Ew.
We have to document it. That way, no, I have to document it. And you will have a copy of that information, so in case you need to, go back to it.
Okay.
You have a base of what your journey is in health.
Okay.
All right. Let's clear that.
For science!
All right. Iron goes, cool, training. I think we're gonna take our leave. I believe Scribe's staying behind. Yes. See Scribe sitting there with a scroll that's waterproof and a quill.
Library.
I've been writing this entire time.
Library raises the hand.
Hmm?
Koa also mentioned to me before we came outside. He wants to talk to the obelisk when he wakes up. Which, how long would this meeting have taken, technically?
Well, considering the Emperor's tirade took up to about 30 to 45 minutes, and Arden's speech was literally about 10 minutes.
Not long.
Yeah.
He's trying to take a full rest, so that's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
But we all know.
Yeah, I would say like about an hour has passed now.
Yeah.
Now I wish I had good training montage music in here.
Yeah. Koa wants to speak with one of the obelisks in like a few hours when he wakes up. Just that.
So I have a question, Arden, our storyteller. Is it okay if we go in a certain order? Because and I'm asking specifically for this order, so that way we can get the training montage because I know what your Zen mind is gonna entail. So I figured, can we go in the order of Koa, Orda, Naya, then us?
All right. So what we're gonna do is Koa here.
Koa.
We're just gonna
Koa
move library.
Yeah.
Koa and library.
It's Koa and library.
You said what was the order?
Koa, Orda, Naya, Desi, and Arden. Because ours happens at the same time.
Yep. And just put that there. Her there.
Colgan down. Yep.
And these three are just gonna. There.
Just bloop them off. It's fine. No, we don't need them up on the screen anymore.
Flip. All right. So in order from left to right, we'll start with Koa.
So wait.
You have 3 weeks worth of training training montage. So for your training montage, we're gonna start with you talking with the Abelis.
Yep.
So we're gonna quickly get into that moment. of. So you enter the Aboleth chamber, where they pretty much you told them magical research, yes?
Yes.
All right. So you enter the Aboleth chamber for magical research.
It's
It is
something
a room.
specific. No, not that first. Go ahead. Wants to say something. I don't think I told you this yet because I wanted to say it in the
No.
stream. So Koa with library come up to one of the abelisks, like, and said, "If I give you something, let's say a memory, hey, like, you could help me in return, correct?"
Yes. What seems to be the problem?
My mind has been constantly messed with modified memory of my past and everything. I am willing to give up said memory if I can just learn how my abilities work from said memory. I'm a new person, and the past is in the past. Is it possible?
Are you talking about the fact that you yourself are a planeswalker?
I want to get
And
rid of just the memory of. And you see Koa just stutter just a bit, but like, of my family. Like, because I don't know them anymore. I don't need that memory at this point.
you don't want to keep memories of your childhood? Of the
It's
people who raised you?
it wasn't much. Basically erased their memory of me and then planes walked out of there, from what I remember. It's honestly, at this point, I'm a different person. I don't want that memory anymore because it wasn't
Mm,
needed.
But you also don't want to know where you are from.
No,
Hmm.
I'm fine with this crew and like it's a new place and whatever the elves used to say, home is where the heart and magic is usually. So yeah, it technically this ship is my new home, and I don't need to remember the past.
How far back?
Right before I planes my childhood
Or
planes walked.
more specifically, he asked, what is your earliest memory that you want to keep?
The earliest memory I want to keep, like how far, like from the plane I lived on. I like specific. I'm trying to remember because like you
Do you
only gave
want
me
to
so
keep
many.
your Do you want to keep your memories from after you landed on Tainabu
Yes,
as a child? Okay. But not anything before that.
correct.
Hmm. Very well. I gotta do this in a cool magic-y sound.
Magicy sounds.
Yeah. Because I got this nice list here called wizard spells.
So many wizard spells.
And I will. You see a big tentacle just come out. You know that once these are erased, there's no undoing it.
I'm trying to remember my old family at all.
Once once I cast this and permanently erase rather than seal away like you've been doing.
Yes.
Very well.
Oh, I want to. If Naya were there, she'd be like,
Nope. Nope.
no,
You're not there.
don't do it, Kara.
Ooh.
Your memories are who you are.
I'm hoping that came through stream because that was a
Oh, it did.
beautiful
I,
sound.
I I had to lower it a little bit because it peaked. But yeah, it came
So
through.
as the light flashes, you find that you can remember having a childhood on Tainabu.
I have a child.
you, you like and you remember the ocean waves from when you were super young, the fact that you had a family who loved and cared for you, even though you were born a blue scale kobold.
Yep.
Because on Tainabu, there was no such thing. So you were the first of what they saw as a new scale. It was great. It was wonderful. But you also remember them. They sent you off to who you called Auntie. who was this uh, gentle turtle woman, and she said that your scales were bound for magic. Specifically, you were made to be a mage, and
Oh,
she was the one who taught you pretty much everything you knew about how to connect with the elements and and your own emotions to pull off spells. There was no trauma from having erased your parents' memories. You knew who they were. They had names. They unfortunately passed away due to what is essentially kobold version of age, aka they got fired out of a cannon when they displeased their captain. But well,
yep.
that'll be different. No, I'm kidding. Uh,
Mom and
no,
Pop,
but
they went off with a bang.
yeah, they went off on an adventure and one day and never came back. Sad, but it happens in life, especially
Yeah.
when you're a kobold.
Yeah.
And then pretty much your memories from being with the auntie as you grew up in life, joining various crews, trying to help with being more of the elemental mage, but finding that you just don't have a knack for it. It they say that you need to feel the breath of fire in your when you want to do fire things, or you need to be able to connect with that chill and that just the abrasiveness of the cold when you want to perform cold magic, but it just never clicked for you. More so than when you could connect with the waves and how emotions and the thoughts connected. You did bid farewell to the Cluckin when you were their crew to actually start a life of adventure on land. They weren't terrible to you,
Nope.
although you still remember them giving you that silly nickname.
Yeah.
And from there, pretty much all your memories start to knit and refocus back into what you've been pretty much dealing with for most of your life. You also start remembering Hal's bullshit as well.
Yeah. Ooh, that
And
feels it.
all of the dates you went on, and every time afterwards he would erase your memory from anything you taught him. You remember all of that now. You remember how he pretty much treated you as a puppet in a sense, because often he would say something that would lead you on an investigative chase, but it would always be to false clues and false leads. And all those people that you interrogated from those false clues and false leads were and sent off to the Frozen Waste War.
Yeah.
We're all actually innocent people.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
now you have that trauma to deal with.
Yep. And
But apart from
yeah.
that, your memories have come back.
And after that,
And you do not remember having a childhood, and as far as you are concerned, you are a Tainabu native.
yep. So, in offer of whatever I gave you, I need help with a spell.
Oh,
Specifically, one to take complete knowledge of what they known from the beginning. Like, let's say a person was a spellcaster before. I want to take that away from them. This is specifically towards the one who messed with my mind. I want to take his abilities away. And from
fizzle.
what you taught me, from what I learned from you, you have the ability to go through their minds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to like basically sequester their abilities, class, and skill into a book that I could put somewhere?
It would be possible, but it would take a lot, and probably two of you to pull it off.
And that's why I have library. And then I point to library. I've been thinking about it for quite a
It's just
while.
the library in the background. Hello.
Hello.
He goes, very well. This will be a first for us as well, but I'm
Yeah.
welcome to study the implications.
Yes. Also, I'm probably gonna kind of want to transform back. I really, to be quite honest, I don't like being tall. It's
You've
weird.
never, you
Like,
don't have true polymorph.
no, it's because like I don't have that yet. But like, I want it to be permanent and can't be like removed. Like, I want to permanently go back to being a kobold. Like, I miss it. I miss being short. Feels weird to swim in this body. I don't have my fins.
You just hear him cast sort of a spell over you. Ooh, that's loud.
That's so loud, but it's so good.
Okay, that was loud and satisfying at the same time. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. So that's detect magic, apparently.
It's still going on.
I know! I'm hitting stop, but it's not stopping.
I'll just mute it.
Ah,
All right.
Sorry, everyone that's watching the VOD.
yup. Meow.
All right, there we
Okay,
go.
there, finally. Oh, I should probably also put book noises in here. One moment.
True.
I got distracted and didn't put in audio. Ah!
We'll do it the next time.
So,
But yeah.
Is the spell done?
yeah,
Yep.
the spell is done. He is
Feel free to
he's
swap me
looking you
through.
over, like you see yourself pretty much scanned with the magic. He's like, "Oh, that's a simple fix."
Yeah, and then
Um,
I look at my arms are still like my arms are now a little bit blackened where the skeletal arm is. I guess that
Yeah.
stayed there. I mean, and I look at my library and he looks exactly the same. Like, oh, okay, so we kept some things.
No, well, he didn't cast a spell on you. He cast a scanning on you. You
Oh, I
haven't
thought he
changed
changed.
just yet.
I thought we changed
goes-
immediate.
No, he says. Then now he says, "Now picture yourself clearly of how you wish to look inside your mind."
Yes.
He proceeds to read your mind and gets the image from that.
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, come with me, back room. This is gonna hurt."
Yay! Wait.
Back in the back room, spell gets cast. Kobold is screaming, and then he's back to normal.
Yay! New.
And we shall
Can we show it?
Yeah, we can now show it.
Yay!
Yeah.
But like it's still I need to I need to change libraries then. Wait, I thought I
Oh.
gave it to, oh,
No.
what was
Yeah.
that?
Oh, we never added libraries.
Oh yeah. Wait, hold up. I have
Yeah,
library.
we never added either.
It's uploaded because I didn't know that library had a
Do you want
I didn't know that library had one.
Yeah.
But I
think
did
it's-
upload the token.
Hold up. I think I sent it to you. I could just
Well,
see
no.
right
If
there.
you go into PC images under Koa, it's
There
there.
it is. I have it. There we go.
Alrighty. Now drag your drop. Once you have that updated, drag yourself up for people to see.
Yee. Remove. But like overall, the entirety of that is just spent doing multitudes of research and then also talking to Arden about a few things in the interim of creating thing. Arden, I need assistance.
I just gotta put this here. Give me those weird chords.
And I'm going to
Yep.
while we're doing this, I'm gonna look for the thing is.
So you just, while you're asking, you're mid training, you just realizing, oh wait, I need help from the artificer. One moment. You go out to meet Arden, but you see him staring at pretty much Persephia, who is currently outside of the place, pretty much yelling at Arden for not fighting hard enough to bring Ganesh back onto the ship. Arden is giving her like this frost arm deadpan stare, but you are hearing her go off.
Ooh.
And it is like the thing she's saying is not pretty, like how without him we won't be as strong, without me around, and if he can't stick around, I'm not sticking around, and you're not, and you can't do crap without me, so on and so forth.
Oh.
He's staring at her. At one point during, you see him put his thumb to his lips like he's chewing on his claw, and after her tirade is done, he goes, "Are you done?" She's like, "Oh, I can go more." And he's like, "Very well. But if you're gonna go more, first let's start with this." An immediate snap. You see her companions who were standing next to her, all bristled up in full protection. All of them, constructs. All of them fall apart instantaneously. The her scanning device that was in her hair like a beret shatters. Her gauntlets break apart, and whatever armor she had starts to like fizzle and crack. And he goes, "Before you can yell at me again, you are now tasked with fixing or rebuilding all of your artifice from scratch, and I will be taking you home. Whatever you can build on your own without assistance from me, anyone on the crew, or the lab on my ship, you get to keep. Until then," you see he waves, and the hand that he's waving with glows with a blue and white light as all the pieces float up, and he takes a bag and they all float into them and closes it. "Till then, I'm keeping all this until you can prove to me that you are as pivotal to this crew as you say you are. If you can prove that before we get to take you home, taking the KWC home, and by extension you, then I'll let you stay on the crew. But good luck, because I'm not giving you any more help." And he starts walking away. Only
Arden!
to as soon as you call him out, his head turns, and what you see in those irises, like red, the red of just pure rage, disappears. And he's like, "Oh, Koa,
Yeah.
someone more agreeable," as he walks away, leaving Proserpia there stunned with nothing left to say.
Modify memory. I'm getting my last jab in there too. I'm
What
getting
are you,
that.
what are you doing?
She does not remember anything at all.
He doesn't remember any of her blueprints. Okay.
Nope. I erased that. Casting it at a what's it called? 8th level. Just gonna cast it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yup.
Yep.
And her without her protections.
Yeah.
Anyway, as he walks over, so you just. Did
Hi,
you
Arden.
just?
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Gift the
Right.
dab. Nope. So, I need help. Also, this ominous music is really weird.
I needed some background noise,
True.
especially for you seeing Arden pissed.
Yes. And it doesn't bother Koa whatsoever.
As he walks up, "So, what can I help you with?"
So, I need a weapon. Not a weapon to, like, keep someone in a position, like, just keep them bound into one position so they won't move for a spell.
Like a net?
Well, a little more like just like I was imagining like a hammer. Like a really big hammer, but not made out of metal, something light. And like when I hit them, a bunch of cords and threads or some arcane magic just ties them to the ground and covers their mouth. Stuff like that, like binds them completely. Or
So
relatively.
So it's something you can hit someone and cast what is essentially an entangle spell.
Yes. Essentially.
All right, I think we can work with that.
And one more thing. And I take out the door shield that I had originally. I kind of want to upgrade this because it kind of feels weird carrying a actual door that's not a shield type thing.
All right.
I want it to, like enough to
Oh,
to expand in like it's like there's a lot going in my head right now, and I'm just like piecing together what I want and need
speaking of
help.
which, he reaches into his pouch and hands you a key.
Ooh, oh, thank you. I mean,
Yeah, she's not.
I mean, if you want me to you're a little bit forward with the key thing, but like, I don't mind it. I consider
the
you
key
a friend.
No, that's the key that she took.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, I consider you a friend still, Arden.
He's like, "Come on, let's go work on that shield."
Yay!
That
Both of them just
should
cheer.
take me roughly a day.
Yay!
Briefly, I would say this while that's going on. since they're since they're sharing feelings, since you stated that, Desi just has the feeling of password protecting all the schematics of those things, and just so happen to move them into move those files of those schematics into Hagnar's
Yay.
folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If
So
only I had 9th level spell, I could have cast Mind Wipe. But that's besides the point. It's a lot of pent up things.
no, just a reminder, everyone. This is over a 3-week time span, so this could have happened literally any time during that time.
Yes.
So Koa just had to be the one to get to see the Schadenfreude of Proserpia pretty much getting told off.
Yep.
So there we go.
Ugh.
And
New,
Koa,
new shield.
you can tell everyone what gets built from this if you
So,
wish.
basically, I'm going to. I'm probably do this on my end, like show the model in basic terms. But basically, I have what is now a hammer that's made of a light material, and I'm trying to figure out how to describe it thoroughly with like in doing images and like things. Give me one moment.
It's okay.
So many
You
things.
describe it, and I will
Hold
show
on.
it in post on
Yeah,
my side.
I'm gonna put this right now on my screen. That's why. Cause like I also want to show it off because it looks so cool. It looks so heckin' cool. So basically, Koa's first request being a hammer. It's very lightweight, made of different materials, and oh here it is. So basically, on the screen, this hammer that Koa is currently holding. I'm stepping on DB's head by accident. But yeah, it is a lightweight hammer that when someone gets hit by it, they have to roll to see if they dodge the attack. If they don't, if they fail, a bunch of what looks like silly string swirls around them and pins them to the ground, binding their hands and gagging their mouth. Basically entangle. So that's that one. And then the shield on their back, which I can't show because I don't have the thingy on there. But the shield on their back is now a runic shield made out of all the same lightweight metal. Well, I don't know what to call it. Mithril? Mithril is lightweight. It's not made out
Yep.
of mithril. I feel mithril.
It doesn't have to be mithril. I don't think mithril shows up regularly on this plane.
It's
But we
called
do still happen
ardonium.
to have a dragon.
It's called ardonium.
No, I just imagine we still have a dragon, and Arden just goes, "You get big. I need a scale."
Yeah. So basically, it is a shield that can hold up to four spells, 4 level 1 spell, or 1 whole 4th spell that can activate like a contingency plan. It can also expand to be basically a door shield again, or more of a wider shield to protect people. Imagine if you played Overwatch, if like Reinhardt and Brigitte's shield in a sense, if for a visualization. So
Ye-
yeah.
It can only ever get taller or wider, not both.
Yep. It can't be both. Specifically, it cannot be both. And I'm just gonna show my cards. And yeah, here's library and Koa. Yeah. Koa also put a lot of contingency spells and scrolls for library to hold on to. So yeah. There's a lot of
As we are,
things is preparing.
yep, and as we are continuing for time, we are going to now go to Orda.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
So
Alright.
yours is a little bit unique, as for the start of the week, you were brought aboard the big silver ship, essentially. It looks a lot like what you're seeing on screen for the Weatherlight, minus like the back flappers, as I
Gotcha.
call them, are actually down below like fins. There is no big tail end, but there's a big like center fin that it balances on when it's standing on things. And its sail, instead of being those big flappers at the back, it's actually one that comes out of front. But as Arden's describing it to you, because it's currently not out, it's really in fly mode, so it's just hovering there, like right next to the city as you climb aboard it, with pretty much Arden giving you a quick tour on the inside. on the main entrance you see is the main deck, where you are suddenly met with a variable new sights and sounds to see, including metallic creatures that look like they have like bird-ish heads but metallic bodies. Who Arden says is the mirror. You are introduced to an elf who looks weird from other elves. She doesn't have, her eyes aren't as narrow, and she seems to have like sort of green hair that comes down just past her ear. You meet another creature that looks like he's made of stone, who just seems to be talking in your head whenever they're talking. And you also meet, you meet Seer. And there's no better way to describe Seer other than when you meet this creature, at first he's a tall, hulking, lanky, Wendigo-esque style creature with a head that's made out of a deer skull. But as soon as he sees you, he becomes a lengthy Wendigo-esque like creature with a deer skull that just no legs no more.
Huh.
And
Oh.
inside his fur, you hear the little tiny pangolins that go "Balky booth, Balky booth."
Little tiny squeaks from Pangolins. There's this creature that jumps on Arden that looks like it has looks like a lizard style creature, but is clearly like a child in your eyes. But that child also happens to have 5 heads.
Huh.
And Arden goes, so, yeah, welcome to the ship. As you can see, this is not going to be the weirdest that you're ever going to see on a regular basis. Trust me.
I'll have to take your word for it.
So, just for your sake, Orda, we're gonna take you into the training room just to see what you can do, and see if we can help fix you up a bit more for what's gonna come. As you enter,
Please report to Medbay.
He just looks around for where that voice came from.
Arden points up to one of the, like a bar of metal that seems to have magical runes on it. Yeah, Desi had me implement a what is essentially a sending stone system throughout the ship.
Huh. Then where's the medical bay? He called.
Yeah. Oh, follow me. I'll take you to it.
All right.
Tana's like, "Are we picking up another stray?" Arden goes, "Well, one of the strays just got conscripted to the military, and the other one decided she didn't want to be part of our crew anymore. So, yeah, I had to. I'm grabbing what I can get."
That sounds like a whole mess.
Yeah, it's probably for the better.
I guess
Anyway.
after I show you what I can do, I'll need your whatever information you have on this invading force, because immediately when you brought up the whole getting that touched by that inky black blood, my first thought was, can it be frozen?
Arden thinks for a second. He goes, "You know what? I don't think anyone's ever tried freezing it. Everyone's always thought to burn it because it burns nice and blue, but hey, if we could freeze it." He starts mumbling and thinking, and just thinking out loud while he's walking, and you follow him. You hit to the med bay where Desi is there. And
We are not preserving prisoners.
And you're seeing like he's there, and there's like 9 smaller versions, about 3 inches in height, of the metallic creatures that have been walking around across the entire ship, just lined up and with various devices.
Okay,
It sort of looks at them like wondering, is this supposed to hurt?
No, not if you don't. As long as you don't move, you'll be fine.
What you also notice, you get, as you enter, Arden is back at the door. Good luck! Closes door.
No, Arden. As
Not
Arden
my job!
goes away,
Not my monkeys!
as Arden goes away, the long piece of Arden's scarf that's just hanging Desi quickly grabs it, yoinks it. I need you to sign that, and that for the transfer of the paperwork.
Fine. Paperwork.
You were the one that, somehow wibbly wobbly my brain to do a transfer, so yeah. Transfer of ownership. Just needs that signature.
Remind me later to fix that. Nobody should have me in their head for any longer than you've been dealing with.
Look, you've also been in my head, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's just leave it alone. It'll be fine. It'll work itself out.
You proceed through the medical checkups. You were
I will
introduced.
say that while Desi is giving Orda his medical checkup, he'll notice that his temperature is like way below what he would what most people might consider healthy. Like you're kind of wondering, do you have a cold or something?
No, Desi, when Desi's scanning you with scanner, they're taking your measurements. They're basically making a baseline. So it's not like judging you versus other biological beings.
By their baseline, this snake's blood should be ice.
Yeah, and that's the baseline. So
that would still be surprising and very concerning to any medical professional.
No, because at this point, with you in Desi's head and everything Desi's experienced, nothing is surprising anymore. It's just,
That's just depressing.
I've made everything boring.
No, it's not that it's boring. It's like, so that's gonna be a thing. It's literally more that than anything.
It's less boring and more, that's depressing. I took the wonder out of his life.
No, the wonder is still there. It's like, okay, that wasn't on my bingo card.
It's when you start getting asked very pointed questions about your lineage and if this is normal for your bloodline.
Yeah, exactly. That's when that starts going, yeah.
Yeah, he will give the whole thing of, yes, there's an entire race of lizard folk in his tribe that are part of what's known as the White Scale Order.
Are the white scales long or short-haired?
Short-haired when that gets to be a problem.
I see, and you see data. Just scribble, poke, scribble, just making annotations.
Yeah, you'll also notice as
you
they're
see
talking.
that the rest of them are just measuring you.
Gotcha. And you will notice that, I guess since you've been around him long enough, you'll start noticing that even in a room like what's the base temperature of your medical bay? Is it like temperate, reasonably comfy?
It's about, Desi likes it cool, so about 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
You know, that works. Even at 65 degrees Fahrenheit, when he exhales, you can see his breath.
Okay.
I love the fact that Desi loves the cool. It's supposed to be a savannah-loving lion.
No, he's gotten used to the cool of the ship. I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, got used to it.
Yeah, like, this is cozy.
Yeah, this is cozy.
Arden generally keeps everything cool, because snap.
Yeah. So it goes, okay, I need you to stay still. Scalpel needs to take a blood sample. All right. And just stare at me. And you feel a big poke. And you literally see this little tiny mirror jump into the air as he plunges this needle into your shoulder to take a blood sample.
Yeah. That's why Arden said, "Good luck."
Apple likes to leap. He's dragoon style.
Also, you cut off a little there, Arl. Orda.
Basically, when he suddenly gets plunging attacked a la Dark Souls, he just goes.
Yeah. Get used to that. I've tried to tell him many times not to be gentle, but apparently to the mirror that is actually gentle.
which just signs just grow metal skin. That should make our gentleness seem gentle.
You see Data arguing back with Scalpel saying, "They're organic. They can't."
Not our
People are
problem.
arguing. You see this like little like sign language type battle between the two of them. Just like arguing.
Why do I feel like they're going to be discussing the weirdness of this snake's blood?
No,
and
no, it's not
everything?
that. They're arguing about their bedside manner.
Oh,
Oh, it's
I mean,
just
they'll be
becoming-
discussing that obviously, but
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that's during while they're going over the notes later.
Yeah, that's for later. But right now, it's more of like you need better bedside manner. You need to stay out of my business, like that kind of thing.
Excuse me, who's the one that handles the needles?
I think I know what I'm doing. He says as he drops from a perch, a la Assassin's Creed, to take of someone's
Pretty
blood.
much.
Koa sees all of it and just walks away slowly.
The eagle screams like,
Oh, does he notice Koa?
I'm rolling stealth.
No, wait, do I have to roll perception?
Roll perception versus stealth.
Okay,
Meanwhile, Nar the monk all of a sudden comes into scene. Who's the new snake?
Damn it!
Right.
I don't have your face.
14. I beat you. I caught you. Hey.
Library, run!
Both of you are next. I need to. We only need to take the measurements. No blood samples this time.
We both go. We spin
You see-
around and go two different directions.
You see fitness and wellness literally signal the obsidian, not the obsidian, the black steel mirror to chase after you and bring you back.
We're running.
Dark steel, sorry, the dark steel mirror to bring you back.
You attempt to run, Koa. You are blocked
No!
by literally all the mirror on the ship.
No!
Nar just watches and laughs like amateur.
Is there a door next to me?
And,
Key.
and son, you're next.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. That's why I decided to show up. Also, Arden, did you ever do your physical?
Yeah, he did it earlier.
Okay.
Wasn't
Just
too happy
giving
about
Nar the
it.
stare like, have you fought your tiger recently?
No, but I thought someone said they needed a fist fight in order to get through all this lovely escapades.
You see Koa scratching up a wall trying to climb it.
Yeah, we will. This will all start happening.
You
in
and
the
Library are
background.
picked up by Ramses, but we're cutting into Orda's time, folks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
let's
Anyway, Orda, you go through medical. At which point you are directed to physical, pretty much the physical training area where Arden does bring Nara in. Pretty much to have a light sparring match to see what you can do. Where, at least physically, and if I recall physically, you weren't that much of a slouch either.
Are you talking to Orda or Nar?
I'm talking to Orda.
Okay.
yeah, dex wise, he's a pretty slippery dude.
Yeah. At which point, afterwards, you're taken to what looks like to be a room made of ash. And Arden just mumbles something about needing to fix the Tesseract room at some point, but he says, alright, let's see how your magical prowess is. Throw the biggest thing you can out into the void.
All right. Well, you necessarily can't throw it out into the void, but
If you
actually
need
no,
to-
he can technically throw this out to the void. You start to see as he holds up to his index and middle finger, pointing it outward. You'll start to notice the little bead of orange light forming of a fireball spell, and then something weird happens. You see it like sort of flash freeze, shoot outward, and then explode and explode outward in like a plume of indigo colored light. And where the impact is, you'll see like bits of ice and frost. And I casted Fireball at 8th level.
Nice. So, Arden does a quick nod. You're going to see your sheet move for a sec, because I got to look something up. All right. He's looking. He sees all of this happen and goes, "Hmm. Hey, Desi, I'm gonna need to give have Scalpel give me a part of that blood."
I will send it with Obsidian 12. You should have it in 5 ticks.
Cool.
What are you going to do with my blood?
Oh, I'm gonna be making you something pretty neat. You ever heard of a Bloodwell vial?
I think a few of our members have practiced creating them and using them to help enhance
Well,
their spell power.
you're about to have the best artificer in the multiverse make you one, so that's gonna be good. Oh, and I think we have a armor for you. I'm just gonna, yeah. Hey, darn it, what was his name again?
You did not turn off sending stones, so yes, I heard all that. I think you're talking about Sam.
Yeah,
And
Sam.
I will be turning it off from this end.
Hey, Sam. Do you have one of your robes? You know, the ones you stole from that wizard? Sam knows nothing about stealing. Sam, it's me. Literally, all of us know you steal from wizards.
Sam never steals. Sam only procures.
Where's my pants?
Sam never steals. TM trademark. Sam only procures. Registered trademark.
What the heck?
As you, and Aaron goes, look, I'll pay you. Just get me one of those robes. Robes of the Archmagi.
And reach. Here you go.
So, what you see coming into the room is a ball with an eye and lots of tentacles. The ball is white, looks like it's bloodshot, and it's carrying what looks like to be a briefcase and sets it down next to Arden, and Arden reaches into his pocket, pulling out a length of what looks like silver, about 5 inches across, and hands it to him. There you go. That should be more than enough platinum.
And Sam, thanks you for your for your payment. I go now.
Yep.
Give me back my pants, Sam!
Sam doesn't steal. Sam only procures.
He hands you the briefcase. Yes, go ahead, open. It's for you.
Chink.
Inside is a robe that's just laden. You don't even need to have used detect magic. You could taste the magic from this thing.
I mean, yeah,
There you
being a
go.
sorcerer, I think he can feel the weave, as it were.
Yeah. Literally the mana just leaking off it. And he goes, there. Just give me a couple of weeks, I'll get your blood vial going. Until then, if you seem capable enough, feel free to hang around the ship, go and do what you want.
All right. Again, I'll
and
your
for your
information about these
yep,
Phyrexians.
right. He reaches to the button or to the sending stone and goes, Ramses, yeah, can you get everything about Phyrexian and Mirrodin from the Matrix? Yeah, just as. Yep. Okay. All right. You will have that for your research and to pass along.
Thank you.
Roughly within the few weeks, within like a day or two, you see the hulking version of all these robots. Note, all of these constructs have been about 3 feet in height. Ramses is about 6 to 7 feet in height, and looked like he was built for combat. But he comes in with about 5 different volumes of books and hands it to you. Well, the first one reading Mir, a history.
This will be handy. And
So-
for the remainder of his time, training wise, he will be making sure to get as much information as he can sent back to his tribe, and possible combat tactics in order to defend. He'll make mention that there was no that Arden, according to Arden, that no one's ever tried to freeze the black ichor blood-like stuff to keep it from progressing or landing on anyone. So, but a surefire way to halt its progression is fire, heat.
Definitely fire. Yep. And there we go. Now we move on to Naya.
Oh, Arden, I sent you a message in game.
Oh. Right. Yay, thank you. So, Naya, you are up. We are probably, if it's okay with anyone, are we able to extend this session?
I'm fine
Always.
with going until we're done. Yeah, because this is the last one, so I want to finish.
Naya,
Yeah.
would you be okay with this?
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking because I haven't really sorted out what I want yet.
I
Mm.
mean, do you want to go last and we'll go before you to give you time to sort it out?
I mean, it's more. I mean, like I've got vague ideas.
Okay, then run with it. Then run with it, and then we'll just play off of you.
It's
Yeah.
more like in terms of the like items and everything. I just haven't been able to sit down and get it done.
Oh no, that we'll figure out between now and
Yeah,
season
we can
4.
fix that up between the series.
But yeah, no, just
We'll blanket that as you, Arden for assistance, and you said he'd get back to you within the weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
but for your other training, for Naya's RP experience training, how has she been spending these 3 weeks while she gave notes to Arden on what he would want to she would want him to build for her?
Probably a fair bit of meditation. Making sure everybody's got like meditation, doing the cooking.
So the question is, where would the meditation take place?
Well, since the legacy's here, initially probably in her room, but she'd probably spread out to doing it at various different places.
So you will hear a conversation going on the ship, not a couple doors down from your room, as Arden asks Desi, "Hey, Desi, I need your opinion on something."
sure. What is it?
Well, come on, we're going in my room.
Okay.
Door opening noise, and he goes, "So, component A, component B, oh, and here are the blueprints."
So you see Desi starting to scour that, and all of a sudden you hear panic, growling noises in Leonin, which Naya at this point cannot speak, but she fully understands. It's a little muffled.
She has the earring. She can understand
No,
it
but apart
perfectly
from
fine.
that, but apart from it, it's a little bit more because she did learn from Desi, so it has a little bit better because of the Therosian. So she gets the Therosian side pretty well. You mean to tell me you use the math from, and then it's muffled. And the core of this thing is the same thing you have been yelling Stompy to not use ever since Heroes. And then
Yeah.
the muffle. And he goes, and you want to add that too?
Yep.
And let me guess, you need one of my Illustre stones to power it up all together in a balanced, with air quotes, sort of way.
No, I know you're in my head. I just need you to check on this equation here.
Oh, so you need you to do the math with you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm just making sure I'm getting the same result as me.
Okay. So I will carry. Did you copy this equation from Mirage?
Copied, borrowed, literally yoinked because she didn't know what she was doing with it. they didn't know what they were doing. She likes to keep in a female form, but also is a they. Anyway,
No, I
moving.
know. Look. Yes, I share your head. So I know, I get it. It's frustrating. Okay, so if you carried the 2, then transposed the sin and costs.
Don't forget the 3 over there.
That's supposed to be a 4, Arden.
No, it's supposed to be a 3. I've done it. I've triple checked.
That's a Arden. That's a 4. Do you want this thing to explode or to work?
Work.
Then that is a 4, and that's not Desi brain saying this. That's Arden brain saying this.
You know, having 2 of us in a room is really difficult.
So I strongly suggest that you know what? How about this? And you see him diagram a switch where you can go between 3 and 4 to adjust the differential.
Oh, that works.
Well, see there that way you have the dial to kind of like. Wait a second, is that the schematic of mine?
Yep.
Wait, oh, you knew I was gonna work on the Panacea Protocol dial.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair. Also, did you get the vial from Obsidian 12?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna need that as an anchor to help make our good little sorcerer buddy a lot stronger.
Yeah. So, by the way, did you know that that cold temperature apparently is normal for them? That's considered quote unquote our warm.
Gives me plenty of ideas, but moving forward.
Yeah. So, okay. I see. Wait, are you? Why is that the blade, Arden? Why is that the blade? And
It's
your
the only
pardon?
thing.
Wait, Arden, you're going to break my brain and my soul. Why are you using Ardinium as the core?
Don't worry about it.
Why are you adding literal chunk of reality?
Don't worry about it. Let's just say if I use this thing let's just say I've used this thing on that big tree that's gonna break through reality.
You know what? Knowing you're going to do this anyway. You're just again bouncing off yourself.
Yep.
So, in the way you would say it, why not?
Project image another Arden saying yep, and I walk away.
Why not? I think one of your patients are getting away.
Runs.
That's okay. Obsidians 14 and Medication 5 will deal with them.
Later on, it's working out. Spell suddenly jab.
What the? Where'd you come from?
Science, medicine, walks away.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's his booster shot, basically.
Polymorph. Into bird.
Wow.
That's my response.
You let us see the medication mirror just do the little bird hand things that you like. Bye, birdie.
Naya, what all that really translates into, Arden just showed Desi something, and it just made Desi scared.
Yeah.
This is okay. Let's just put it this way: what Desi saw, Arden would have told himself this. Why did you divide by 0 to the 99th infinity power?
I'm sorry, the math was not just to divide by 0, but to divide by 0 multiplied by I.
Yeah. No. And also, there was a note on your schematic. I'm Arden. No. What was it? It was the license to say I can do what I want. So there.
Pretty much. No, it simply just says the word. Dibs.
Dibs, yeah. Yeah. And then, so they bounce also the idea of like and all the math for the Panacea Protocol dial to be added to Desi's gunblade.
This is all while Naya is busy playing mom to everyone throughout the 3 weeks. Like, have you
Yeah.
gotten your water today? Or, and on occasion being pulled in to have sparring training with Nar's character. Especially when it comes to testing out your new weaponry. Nar being used to being the dummy, being Arden's test dummy for new magical devices.
Of
Oh yeah.
all
By the way,
kinds.
Naya, go ahead and delete your token and drag your new one out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey, yeet.
Yeah, and go ahead and yeet mine as well. I'm gonna
Yeet.
drag out my new token.
You have leveled up.
We leveled up.
It's totally. It's okay though
No,
because
not literally, Koa.
Damn it. Excitement!
Nar
We're 15. That's it. You're just gonna have to deal with that.
Nar has been totally content with not having to deal with all the mind
Oh yeah.
chaos.
By the way, yeah, everyone.
Oh
That's
my God.
Naya's glow up.
Wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Who's going through my like character sheet right now?
It should only be you at this
Like
point.
someone like it. Someone just opened all of the like options for my weapons. Like
What?
on the main one, and I don't know what's going on.
Well, it wasn't any of us. It was
They
sometimes
just-
the
Like it just
Sometimes
made
they're
a-
weird.
It
yeah,
just
sometimes
made new
Roll20 does the
spells
wee thing.
with a DC.
Yeah, Roll20's been
What
acting
the
up. Yeah,
fuck?
Roll20's been acting up.
Roll
yeah.
20 is haunted, and now my entire spell sheet is filled with 80 empty item slots now on the weapons.
Hold up, what? Let me
It's on Koa's
put up Cobalt
specifically.
real quick and
Like I'm just closing all of them.
why?
Yeah, that happened to my sheet. That all of a sudden, like, I had like extra like inventory item thingies that.
I am assisting you,
Koa.
Koa, real quick.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah.
I
Okay.
did. I did, Arden, with your permission. I did add one homebrew spell that I found in one of the
Oh.
in one of the lists in my little app onto my sheet.
Let me have a quick look and I'll tell you
It
yes or
is
no.
it is called Moonfall.
Yeah.
It is a level. It is a
So-
level 8 spell, and it is Naya throwing a planet.
So so while you're doing that, Desi and Nar are
Sure,
sparring.
keep.
Wait, hold on. So yeah, Desi and Nar are sparring, and Desi is like, okay, all right, now I really need to test this blade. So, son, I'm sorry if I cut you, but trust me, I can fix it. And
So you are you wanting me to actually take a hit here?
no, he
Yes.
actually hit. Yes, technically, but he accidentally. He's like, if I do it, it's not malicious. And you see, Desi swings his gun blade like a sword and just grazes you where you're cut, like lightly cut. And he goes, okay, now I need you to stand. Okay, I need you to stand back about 6 feet.
Ow!
Just son, I'll fix it. Trust me. And just
I'm just-
stand right. Just
Okay.
your father is a doctor. Just listen to me. Stand right over there, and then you see Desi just lifts his gun blade as he pats the side of it, releasing the damage, the normal damage wheel, as the colors, the blue color of that was like for the damage just drains, and then he spins a smaller dial, and everything that was once blue turns red. All right, this is not gonna hurt me at all. Just stand right
As Nar's knees are shaking suddenly, like
as Desi,
I cast
as
shield on
Desi-
Nar.
No,
I'm
no,
passing by. I just
you're not there. You're not there.
I'm everywhere.
No, you're not there. This is a private match because
Me.
this is something between father and son.
I want to
So,
Gosh.
Now, mind you, they forgot to turn off the sending stone, so everybody is hearing this conversation.
And now I want to see you.
No, mind you, no, you're not there, but everybody can hear what's going on. All right, in 3, and everybody can hear the click, 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 click of the dial, and then they whom,
Does it give me a d6 roll?
Oh, right, yes, right. Let's see how much. I mean, again, it's a light wound.
Oh.
This is how Nard
Roll
died.
that attack 4.
Yeah. Now, mind you, okay. So then Desi aims at Nar. And he's like, don't move. Just trust me. And he fires 35 healing at Nar.
Sonar, you
Nar-
hear a loud ass bang as you are peppered by something. It feels like it feels like you're fighting another monk and they are just constantly punching you in the chest for what is the grand span of 6 seconds. Afterwards, you feel completely fine.
Thanks, son. Thanks, son. It worked. I love it. That's great. I can't wait for you to meet your grandfather and your uncles and aunts.
If they're anything like you, this is going to be a nightmare relationship.
Oh, no, I'm the nice one.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, have you ever heard of Spartan training? Yeah, your aunts and uncles are gonna take you through it. It's your rite of passage.
Well, it can't be any worse than Arden's training.
Look, flashback to flashback to Arden's training. A constant sit in front of a lecture board, followed by being thrown into a room with a random device and a very angry tiger.
Yes.
You have built a rapport with this tiger, but every time the tiger now thinks that it's inside that training room, it is fighting you.
Because that's just what we do now. We just
Now, Naya, you hear this basically in the quote unquote loudspeaker. Just this literally this gun going off at your adoptive son. What essentially is your adoptive son. And you hear Desi go, that's great, it worked.
Naya just kind of closes her eyes briefly, and she's just like, no, not dealing with this.
Wait, and then you hear, I can't wait to use this on your mom.
You hear Nar basically say, Desi, if Naya ever says, no, I did not ask how big the room was, I said I cast Fireball.
I mean, son, you gotta understand. We're going up after a very, very dangerous situation, and so is your mother, and so I have to have her back.
Nah, by the way, the only reason I can think that you actually have that spell is during your meditations, you get pulled into the realm with Nushi.
Yeah.
And he said, so, having a wonderful talk with the other sages, and specifically about you and your capabilities. Did you know you could do this? Just handing you the spell.
Just literally putting it in your head, yeah.
No, she kind of goes, that is interesting for sure. I shall remember it in case I ever need it.
Well,
if I ever want to just delete a city.
Okay.
Considering what you're about to fight, yeah.
Okay, by the way, I'm gonna zoom in so everybody can see these wonderful tokens that we worked really hard on.
Yeah.
So there's Nar, there's Arden, there's Desi, there is Naya in her goddess mode, there's Orda, and of course there is Library and Koa.
The boys.
Yeah. We're facing Phyrexians. I cast Throw Planet.
Okay. I cast. Fuck it, why not?
You were also met by Arden close to the end of your training, given your new sword and armor, and a device of some sort that seems to have the same glowing piece of it inside of it, and he says, "When you're ready," and he walks away.
Naya just smiles and thanks him.
So Desi is going to during her training is gonna hand her her new circlet with a new stone of Illustrae, but he put a sliver of the panacea behind the moonstone.
Oh,
And
okay.
said, hey, since you're gonna be fighting people like your mom in my place, that, you know what, wear it for good luck. Also, this is the only, I think this is gonna be weird, but I think this is gonna be the one time I'm gonna say this. I go ahead and make a cult. We don't have a moon.
She just kind of smiles at him. We'll see.
Also careful with the power of belief in my world because it.
I will do what I can. Do what we must. Do what we must to stop this.
You see Desi now in tears as he like reaches to just like I want to gather everyone together before we leave. I need to say my piece. And so we all go. Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm assuming you're gathering them on the bridge?
It's on the bridge, yeah, and I give them all a glass. Kind of like we're gonna toast to this travel with Tana and everyone and our old tokens.
Immediate.
A moment. Gonna put all the NPCs together. All the players together.
This is the part where I'm going to do the whole goodbye to the KWC and Karg and Baja. Wrap that all nice.
And this is when I beat up this NPC right here specifically.
He's not there.
He's there in my heart.
He's there in your heart. Oh yeah, we gotta get rid of this. Yeah, there we go. All right. Then we pull out Desi.
Just getting everyone together.
Yeah, we don't need the companions at this point. It's just, yeah.
Oh no, they're there.
Yeah, they're there, but we just need the people.
Library's a person.
No, you don't understand. The companions.
I
like
know
Dugan,
what you mean, DB. I'm just
Joder,
teasing
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Right.
Nar just pats Koa on the top of the head.
Right. Yeah.
Arden's got Piotr on his head.
Yeah. So Desi walks over to the KWC and says, "I know that we've had amazing shenanigans together, and you have made such an amazing bar inside."
Well, of course, Stompy is best leader.
Yeah, of course, Stompy.
All for the great Silver Dragon.
What is Silver
Please
Dragon?
stop calling me that.
What is Silver Dragon?
They're talking about me, Koa.
I know. I've talked to them.
And then you see the KWC just raise their glasses. For Dragon!
Silver Dragon!
Nar just reaches over and tries to muzzle Koa.
Nope. No.
Nope, son.
Nope.
Just leave it
Oh.
be.
No touchy.
Don't muzzle him unless you want to be polymorphed.
Yeah. Leave those two alone. Pointing to both Koa and library.
You see polymorph just ready in library's hand.
All right, so I'm going to ask you this. Take care of my Karg. Take care of Baha. I trust you all so very much, and it's going to be rough without you all. I know we've all discussed this, that after Tainabu, you would all raise our little small treasure of Baha. And Baha, you are brave and you are strong, and we love you. But where we're going is too dangerous for our precious little one. So stay with Uncle Karg and the KWC. Your smaller mamas and papas. Just like the gods of Faerun asked for you to return. There for your safety. I don't know if we'll ever see you. And you see Desi just pick up Baha and just kiss his forehead and say, all of us here, and just literally just kind of like group huddle around Baha and be like, we only want what's best for you. Until we see you again, you stay safe for your family. And you see Baha's a little confused, but he just gives a smile and then just planeswalks over to Karg. Sorry, I'm crying while I'm doing this.
Arden just
And
takes a
he
walk
just-
over to Karg.
Sorry, he just puts his arm around Naya and just kind of like just wipes his, just rubs his eyes.
Yeah, Naya puts her arm back around him in turn. So it'll be alright.
Arden walks over to
Sorry.
Everything will be alright in the end.
Arden walks over to Karg with Baha on him. He goes, "Hey kid."
What?
No, he's saying it to Baha.
Oh, hey, little one.
Boom!
Yeah. You see him reach into his bag and pulls out a wrist brace, sized for a child, and puts it on the Baha. And it clicks in place.
Peek.
When that breaks, you're welcome to planeswalk wherever you wish. Until then, we're gonna have to have you not be able to do that.
No visit?
No visit. What's about to happen across what's I can likely say the entirety of everything, is no place for a child, especially one who can planeswalk. So do yourself a favor. Keep that on until you come of age. We're about 11 years or so.
You visit?
If we're alive, yes. If not, well, let's not think about that for now, okay? Just hand on top of the baby's head.
You see he can't planeswalk, but then he just looks weird, like because he tried to planeswalk over to your shoulder and just lifts up his arms, go uppies.
Lift overhead. Come on.
I walked.
Yay. Good.
Naya will give Baha a goodbye hug as well.
He looks at everyone. Alright, everyone. Get your rest. Get your last things written up. We fly in the morning.
Hey, boss.
Cheers, everyone.
For the silver dragon!
Whoop.
Oh,
The very
I know
next
that-
day.
Hold on, let me adjust this properly so it can be seen.
I was gonna
No,
say.
that's too zoomed in.
I was gonna say one more thing before we end.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. As everyone dispersed, Koa goes on like outside and looks at this enchanted paper airplane that he was about to send. He thinks for a moment and dispels the contingency on it and just lets it fly to the Cluckin with a neat little message that I will just I don't know if I want to say it out loud, but like yes, a little message.
You
A
can
little
tell it to me
warning.
later so that I can
Yeah.
have them react appropriately.
Yeah. a little
right.
little message.
Anybody else? Orda, do you have one last thing to say before?
The night before we end up sailing off, Orda will
Which is right
get
now.
in touch with. Yes, we'll get in touch with Scribe. Make sure to give him the last bit of information that he wrote up for the tribe, as well as a letter to let them know that he's not sure. This thing seems like it's going to be extremely dangerous. He isn't sure if he's going to come back or if he'll make it back at all. But know that even though he was probably going to make a terrible priest, what he's doing right now is for their home. And as everyone in the tribe knows, he would give his life for their home.
Aw. Oh, much tears. Fuck! Damn it!
And Nar, you can be the last one.
Nar just kind of looks around to everybody, and kind of glad to have everyone back safely on the ship because, during the whole time that you all were off on the adventures, breaking the temples and all that, he definitely worried about all you guys, but, he trusted everyone to take care of yourselves, and he just kind of, to each and every one of you, says a little bit of, hey, we got this, let's give it our all, and
Sorry, go ahead.
best foot forward.
And then immediately you see Desi smile and just pull you into the hug and just whispers into your ear, I know we may not be related by blood, but I am so proud of you, my son. And I know your mother is proud of you too. Now let's go save our family.
Yes, let's go save the family of everyone.
The next morning comes around, the ship begins its usual hustle bustle. Arden is already going about telling the Emir to go through pre-flight checks. As the ship itself begins to hum with a strange energy for those who haven't been on the ship during its flight before. As everything becomes alive, slowly and surely, the Mir begin to perform all checks. Ramses gives the thumbs up. Arden gets him, gently nods to Fortuna to leave the pilot seat as she moves over to the navigational dais. His eyes turn golden as the ship begins its flight up, heading directly towards literally one of the biggest routes you've ever seen, and speeding up. For those who aren't used to the ship planeswalking, what it's looking like is he's about to ram into a gigantic log. At full force.
Orda does the thing that some snakes will do when they just basically coil around themselves and put a coil over their head for cover.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What's your experience from this? Because you haven't been on the ship.
I hurl over the ship. Both me and the simulacrum vomit.
Vomiting on the bridge.
I quickly grab both of them by the tails, like No,
No.
you're not leaving.
Desi is behind Arden in his captain's chair, and he just leans over. Hey, remember when we first did this?
Oh yeah.
Hey, look! This time, reinforced gloves.
Always.
Blarg.
No more holes in my seat. All right, everybody, hold on to your butt.
I-
Immediately as he says butts. What happens outside the ship is literally a bright light expands around. What you see is, imagine the Doctor Who opening. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
essentially the Doctor Who opening, except everything you see is all of the colors, vibrancy mixed in with dull, mixed in with black and white, mixed in with all of that. You see past, futures, literally other worlds just flying by until you are now open on the skies of Faerun, where the ship makes a landing outside the city of Waterdeep. Too much to the chagrin of a bunch of guards and literal. You see not just Ilona, but you see the form, a knightly form, glowing in bright light, standing there with crossed arms, tapping his foot on the ground, going, "I thought we told you not to come back." And Arden going there, picking up Persephone and just, putting her on the plank, all saddened and sodden as she walks off. And he goes, "Don't worry, just dropping off some of your natives."
Telekinetic push. Shove her off.
Yeah.
Yeet!
You all see during that debarking Karg quickly just calls to we just saying, "Hey, we're here for baby raising time."
the knight, he stops for a moment as Car comes out and little Baja's on his head, and for some reason you just see a small thin light attach both of them. "I have a grandson!" He comes over, he picks up Baja, and immediately it's hugging the little dragonborn with a big old hug.
Yeah, and the runes on his body start to glow in the blue, in that beautiful blue that Bahamut loves, but behind Baha's ear, a red rune glows as well.
I'm just like, "Yeah, and he's a planeswalker." "You're welcome. Bye."
Yeah, the KWC disembark with all their accoutrement to start this world's drunk dragon in.
As you see Stumpy walk by Arden, Arden just reaches over and pulls the sword of what the fuck from him. No.
No.
But baby must protect.
You can protect him with your own weapon. Your own weapon.
Oh, you mean dragon? Oh yes, we protect.
Gives baby gun. Here, I found this in DB's room. In Desi's room. It's a gun.
No, you don't touch my shit. You don't touch my shit.
Have a gun! Apparently it's good.
Takes from Koa. No,
What?
bad. Honk.
Does he would have that always with him because it's a medical device.
Gun!
Bad
Yeah.
planeswalker. Bonk.
Yeah.
It looks like it hurts.
Nar is just kind of slapping his magical bow staff.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the
By the way,
Yeah. Sorry.
anyone who wishes, you may roll perception check on the world.
I will.
I will also roll perception.
I will.
I shall open my character sheet once more, real quick.
Perception. Where is my perception? Oh, there.
Oh, I am lagging so badly. Hang on.
Oh!
It's roll 20
Fine.
lagging.
Oh,
Come on, roll 20. Give me my character
not
sheet.
20. Not 20.
Crying. I'm struggling here, guys. Do I get it?
It's
Perception check, you said?
Yeah, perception.
Yep.
I see nothing.
You got a
You
10.
see 10. You see pretty much average,
Yeah.
which leaves only Naya.
Arden,
Okay.
are you able to roll for Nar?
I can roll for Nar.
Thank you.
Yes, Nar, with your -1 perception.
I
Let's
know.
go. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey, I got a 13.
Still roll better than Koa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see shit
That's
without my glasses.
That's persuasion.
You're persuading.
Never mind.
You're
No.
persuading the image.
It's
Hey,
like when I
Gore!
try 25.
Oh, damn. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, we're percepting it really hard.
It's like when I tried to intimidate
Oh.
the cart all the way
Oh.
back in season 1.
Well, Nar got 12.
Either way, if you got a 10 or higher, you will also notice an unfortunate omen in the sky.
Oh boy.
Arden's looking at Bahamut, and Bahamut just nods, and he's like, "Yep, thought so."
Oh,
Does he just stick to his
Incidentally,
stomach?
I forgot to ask, while we were on Herois, did Naya see any evidence of like the Drow progress?
We've never been able to return to Herois,
Oh,
and
I
Herois
thought-
is sealed.
Oh, hang on, I thought we were just. I'm sorry, I must.
No, we went to
No,
Faerun.
no, no.
Faerun.
We went to Faerun, which is the closest analog to Herois.
Hence,
Oh.
hence why Bahamut was like, I have a grandson?
No, where? Sorry, it's late. I'm very tired.
It's
No,
fine.
it's
It's all
fine.
good.
We're almost done. We're almost
I
done.
thought we popped to Herois, and then that's where we said
No,
goodbye
we
to
can never
the
go back to
people.
Herois. We can never go
I'm-
back to Herois.
No, I didn't think we did, which is why I was confused.
Yeah,
No,
you're fine.
You're fine.
You're
You're
fine.
fine. It's okay.
I'm
I'm
gonna stop the
sorry.
music for the final planeswalk here.
But yeah,
As-
Naya would give Idastray like a hug.
Her mom. Yeah.
Yee.
Yeah.
Illustrator just shows up and like, do good, and let's go.
Hey, Illustrate, before we go, do we have your permission to create an Illustrate in my neck of the woods?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, sure, go for it.
We're talking about making a moon. I just want to get your consent before we do, anything wild.
She looks at Art. She looks at Arden while you say this, and Art goes, "There's going to be a moon on Theros." What's Theros? Exactly. Don't worry about it. Just you might feel a little weird for a little while. Okay.
It might tickle.
They tickle.
All right, so I'm
And-
gonna ask at this point, since he's going into the final cutscene, let us all mute our microphones so that Arden can
Finally,
send us off.
I throw up again. That's the last
Art
thing.
just holds you over the side so you throw up on the ocean. You done?
No. Ugh.
Here, drink this.
Chugs. Okay. Back in my room.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Let's go. That one. Oh, damn it. 9. 9.
You failed. You are now officially drunk, but for some reason have some sort of magical immunity to throwing up.
This feels weird. I'm going back in my room.
Congratulations, you just imbibed Aether Ale. Have fun.
I want to throw up.
But you're not going to be able to. Stop staining my floors.
Okay.
Is it he
Alright.
calls and tells everyone, all right, positions, people, we're going to have fun. and
Alright,
just-
everyone mute your mics.
As ship flies up, it prepares. The same white light bursts, and just before the ship disappears, all you hear is,
Something bad might happen today.